Okay, we're back. Hey, Voden. Another game where you would like to date more dinos than just one. They have one short dino that could cosplay Olivia, and another one with a beautiful smile. Okay. The floor felt cold. Oh. A warm, tingling sensation smothered my face as my body began registering the pain. The aching in my knuckles came next, then my chest. I saw stars before my vision came to, witnessing the other students surround me with their phones in hand while teachers began escorting them outside of the gymnasium. The snide remarks and mocking comments didn't help the beating headache. My dignity, my pride, like a single drop of water, all disappeared into the sea of flashes. I thought I did what was right for me. This was the end of my normal human high school life. Holy crap, what a note to begin on. August 6th, Ironstone, Texas. Temperature, hot as hell. I'm sitting in my dad's truck on my way to my new school. The old man was insistent that he drop me off on my first day, probably to make sure that I wasn't skipping. I try my best to blank out my mind in preparation for the new school year. The truck reeks of cigarette smoke and alcohol, making it impossible to dissociate. My dad's giving me the silent treatment from last night's fight. I sit completely still so as not to draw any further confrontation. Hey, Andrew. We finally get a Triceratops other than Trish, thank God. Hey, Doodle Dear. Yeah, you did just get here in time. It literally just started. It's my first time having to live in dino territory. It's already bad enough having to drive past Dodger neighborhoods. Now I gotta coexist with them too. Ooh. After my last school, my only choices were one Saurian school willing to take me under their wing, or military school on the other side of the country. Both were ass, but I took the choice that didn't involve training to die in another country. Good choice. Was it my fault that the teachers saw me as a threat? I barely did jack shit. One single motion I make to get a ruler or a calculator out of my bag, the entire class would suddenly flip over desks and use them as makeshift barricades and shields. Not gonna lie, it was pretty funny to see a bunch of students freaking out over nothing. Those were the only moments worth mentioning. Everything else from those schools were complete trash experiences. Last chance, you know that, right? The rumble of my dad's low-toned voice makes my heart drop to my stomach. Don't fuck this up for yourself. I ain't got any more schools to put you through. Yeah, whatever. What'd you just say? Shit. Yes, sir. Dad gives me a glare before turning his attention back to the road. I can feel my throat dry up, my nerves flare up, and my survival instincts tell me to be still like stone as to not be thrown out of a moving car. Fucking hate car rides with him. I pull out my phone, scrolling through the vast selection of colorful icons to browse while I wait for my stop. Ultimately, I chose a shitty image board, X, formerly shitter, or plebit. Shitty image board. Porn, leaked cartel video, car wreck video, porn. And there I see it, the school fight that's still circulating. I close the application. It's been 6 months since that incident. It should all be old news by now. But then again, of course some clout-chasing fuck is gonna dig up drama and post it to pretend it's a recent thing. I put my phone in my pocket as I gaze out the passenger window. As we near the school, I catch sight of the students streaming towards the campus like a disorganized line of ants. A colorful, oddly shaped line of ants. We pull up to the sidewalk, where a traffic sign marked "Student Drop-Off" designates the area. My dad reaches over to open my door, signaling me to get out and embrace the new year. I step out of the car, slinging my backpack over my shoulder. Hey, I love you. See you at dinner. Oof. I slam the car door. I can hear the gravel under the truck shift behind me as he drives away. All right, Ironstone High. Let's get this over with. Oh yeah, it is really stylistic. I think it's because they aren't tracing backgrounds like the other one did. At least not that I've seen yet. Okay. Interesting clothing choice. Hey, Aiden. This pro tag is easily the most messed up one yet. You can actually get a semi-joke ending 0 if you're a big enough ass. Hey, Andrew. Think how good it'll feel when you earn the good ending? I hope I do. I'm sure it shouldn't be too difficult. I usually always get ending 3 first, based on my track record. Walking down the sidewalk towards the building, my eyes are immediately assaulted by the crowd of saturated hues, colorful enough to restore vision to a blind child. Holy shit, dude, I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, I know, man, it's good to see you. OMG, Jegga, is that you? Megan, oh my gosh. The intrusive thought of walking the other way back to my apartment grew like an ever-present tumor. Yo, excuse me, coming through. My thoughts halt as one of the meteor dodgers runs right into me like a freight train, nearly knocking me off balance and completely knocking my phone out of my hand and into the pavement. Yo, what the fuck, dude? The reddish-orange dino, a raptor I think, sporting a wool jacket, twists his head over to my fallen relic of a phone. Oh, it's Udon? Got it. Sorry about that. Oh shit, my bad, dude. He, in what felt like a nanosecond, picks up the phone and hands it back to me, all without batting an eye. Anon green, Inko blue, Nua red. Ah. That's pretty cool. Alright, a Pixel 3, got it. Meet me at lunch tomorrow, gotta go see ya. Hey, wait a minute, you fucking asshole. He gives me a pair of finger guns as he disappears into the crowd. My immediate reaction is to look at my phone. Sure as shit, it's been shattered. Oh hey, it looks like mine. My only tie to my sanity, now left as a broken mess in the palm of my hand. Damn it. Hey, ain't that the new human transfer? Pfft, loser's got a Pixel 3. Is that his skin? Look how squishy he looks. Dude, he's looking at us. Quick, go ask him to feel his skin. No way, dude. Look how scary he looks. Lay a finger on me and I'll rip it off. Dude, let's just go. Whew. I turn back and walk towards the school, now noticing the majority of students staring right at me. Who wears wool in Texas weather, when it's not explicitly winter at least? That's a good point. He looks like he'd be super warm. Shit. I quickly make my way into the building, covering the side of my face with my hand to avoid eye contact from all the other students who are now gawking at me. This is all because of that clumsy dodger. He told me to meet him at lunch tomorrow, right? I'll give him a piece of my mind then. I'm gonna curb stomp that asshole the moment I see him. I look around my new environment, taking in the large structure to accommodate some of the taller and bulkier students. The walls display the Texas flag, school awards, photos of clubs and sports teams, and real foliage? I check the time on my phone. Even with the cracks, I could still read 6:44 a.m. I got a little over 15 minutes before class starts. I'm thirsty. I walk up to a nearby vending machine to view its contents. I don't usually drink coffee, but hopefully the caffeine in whatever drywall brand soda that's in here can get me through the day awake. The machine is a more modern type, with the sliding tube thing that grabs the drink, yet it moves at a sluggish pace, probably from excessive use. A lot of the brands I don't recognize either. I put my quarters in and zone out while watching the mechanism work its way up to deliver my drink. I ponder my current situation. One more year of school, and it's on dino territory. I really screwed things up for myself. I might not ever see a human again. Clunk. I come to right as my chosen soda makes its way down the tube. Only for it to get stuck. Whatever. I pick up a light scent of lavender. I jump as a hand clutches my shoulder, and a high-pitched voice follows. Excuse me, you must be new account, correct? I turn my attention to the aggressor. A teal T-Rex towers over me. Accompanying her is a shorter gator, looking like a male model on the cover of one of my mom's Vogue magazines. Can I help you? Oh, we're with the student council. I'm President Tiffany Rogers, and this is the Vice President, Diego Cortez. Encantado. Interesting to see a human up close. As the flamboyant Spaniard gives his greeting, Tiffany hands me a pamphlet titled, Your New Beginning at Ironstone High. We're your welcoming committee. Seeing as you're the first ever human attending our school, we'd like to take you on a tour. We were waiting at the front entrance, but I guess you didn't see us. Great. Not only is my plan to remain invisible completely out the door, I get the red carpet. Wait, she's a T-Rex, I think. If I stood really still, would she go away? Are you alright? Nope, not working. Gotta let them down easy. Don't need to cause a scene like a few minutes ago. Anger issues and racism. Such a charming fellow. Hey, Scout Waffle. Look, I'm not really interested. I'd rather just get to class. Well, that's going to be a problem. The principal specifically wanted us to introduce you to the school and then escort you to him at the end of the day. Plus, the first day is icebreakers anyway, so you wouldn't be missing out on any schoolwork. You'll officially meet the teachers tomorrow. Come on, my man. Humor us in a walk and talk at least. You gotta be fucking kidding. Fine, whatever. Excellent. We begin the tour right away, and we'll even treat you to lunch afterwards. Since, we both turned to the vending machine, the bottle was still stuck. The more I look at the condensation on the bottle, the more I felt my mouth dry up, wanting the sugary drink. Yeah, lunch sounds good, actually. Tiffany is not the waifu of this game, but a man can dream, can't he? You can. She was one of the only pieces of art that I saw from this game on Blue Sky. The other ones were just the Triceratops. The first destination was right back out the way I came. The oddly well-dressed gator led the way, with Tiffany dragging me behind her as we exited the school building again. Here's the parking lot. If you got a ride, you could drive here. Aight, cool. Moving right along. Hey, wait. That's not all of the story. You gotta explain the history, too. So, back in 1978, the school was in dire need of government funding. Unfortunately, the state government was not willing to help the school's improvement because of how little the student count was, so with the help of the community, we... And tune out. I've never had anyone talk so passionately about their school. Especially not about a damn parking lot. Yeah, there might be a Tiffany ending. And if there isn't, it's probably gonna get modded in at some point. We spent maybe an hour walking around outside of the campus, maybe more. Tiffany would take a stop in front of the vegetable garden to explain the rich lore of this important piece of the school's history. Same thing happened with the flower garden and then the PE building that I didn't see from the front of the school. A bunch of yada yada I didn't even remotely care about. Tiffany would periodically ask me trivia questions on what she lectured, forcing me to somewhat pay attention. We rounded a corner that led us to the entrance of the cafeteria. Lunchtime, finally. Nerd. And here we have the cafeteria. As you can see, here we have a large selection for all kinds of dietary Oh dear. The lunchroom was filled to the brim. It looks like a riot had started near what I presume to be the lunch lines. Ugh, I can't even get a proper view of what they even have for lunch. Can't see the trays in the food lines. I don't see any menus. Even the signs held way above are blocked by the much taller students. Ah, right on time, too. It's Monday. All the carnivores go crazy on Mondays, usually. So it's like this often? I think Thursdays are the slowest. That's when they serve the bueno stuff to the herbivores and the mystery sludge to the rest. I'm not too desensitized to lunchtime chaos, but I don't think my previous schools were as much of a shit show as this. I think we're gonna have to do a rain check on that lunch offer, Nua. Sorry. It's fine. I was half expecting this anyway. Maybe I could make it up to you with a granola bar, maybe? I think I'll pass. The art is really good. The rest of the school building doesn't really feel that special. You had an abundance of doors leading into classrooms, as well as a few displays portraying things like parent-teacher conferences, sporting events, or artwork done by the students. The usual run-of-the-mill school decor. By the end, my head felt like it was steaming from all this input. I'd be lucky if I could remember half of that until tomorrow. Diego grins and pats me on the shoulder reassuringly. Quimbly! What? He's fussing for some reason. What's the matter? Rexes and Baryonyxes are also Carnos, yet Diego and Tiff sure aren't going crazy. Then again, they're currently doing a job, not eating. Yeah, also they might have had like a big breakfast or something, I don't know. Do I do any 2D art? Not really. I used to when I was like way younger, but I'm super out of practice now. Don't worry your pretty little head, Hermano. If you have questions, you can always ask some of the other students. Most of the seniors have been here since freshman year, so they'll know their way around. The mere thought of having to ask one of those gawking idiots from earlier where my classroom is makes me shudder. Anything but that. Seeing my obviously freaked out response, Diego lets out a hearty laugh before offering me a fist bump. Yep, I think you'll do alright here, Hermano. Just keep your head straight and things will take care of themselves. That sounds oddly cryptic, but whatever. I accept the fist bump and try my best to force the corners of my mouth upwards. The result is a horrible mix of a serial killer smirk and someone who tried to bite into a lemon. Oh god, is everything alright? Do you need to go to the hospital? Please just make this end already. We make our way to the conclusion of the tour, to the principal's office. Despite my best efforts to exit from the situation, they always seem to come up with some excuse that would pressure me to keep following them. Halfway down the hall, I could hear some sort of pitter-patter approach. Before I could turn around to look, a force knocked me from my feet. A blur of green and gray flashed past my eyes. God damn it. Nua! Are you alright? No! Fuck no! This is the second time this happened! This little... I turned to point my finger at the source of my agony, but alas, I was pointing to a large crowd. If someone is bullying you on your first day, I'll happily get security involved. Bullying is a no-go here. Raptor Christ, now she's making it a bigger deal than it needs to be. Don't worry about it. Just me bitching about nothing. It's fine. Are you sure? I really don't want your first day to be less than ideal. Don't stress about it. I'm fine. She gives me a skeptical yet accepting nod. You know you should really work on your language. It's not good for your mental health. Is that true? Anyway, I stop abruptly after spotting a brown, leathery patch on the ground. Picking it up revealed it to be a wallet. Some poor sucker must have slipped this out of their pocket by accident. I opened up the wallet to find the student ID. Oh, the er in Hermano is pronounced the same way you would pronounce the air in error. Got it. I'll keep that in mind. And it's that very same orange dino shit that bumped into me this morning. What do you have there? Tiffany peers over my shoulder, eyeing down at the wallet. Maybe she'll know where he is. Hey, this dude right here, you know him? Oh, that's Leon Diami's wallet. He's a really sweet guy. A sweet guy, huh? Yeah, he's known by a lot of students as being a laid-back person. I think you would get along with him. As a matter of fact, why not give that wallet back to him? I have no clue where he is currently, but I'm sure once you find him, you two will be good friends. Alright. She heads in the other direction towards the principal's office. Sweet guy. Yeah, right. God, I should have every right to just take the money and buy myself a new phone. But then again, meet me at lunch tomorrow, gotta go see ya. What is he even planning to do when I meet him at lunch? Is he really gonna pay me back? I don't know. I don't know how. I think I'll just hold on to the wallet until then. Here we are, the final stop. Cool, thanks. And Nua, please, if you ever find yourself needing any help, please don't hesitate to find me. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Both Tiffany and Diego wave their goodbyes and part their separate ways. Here goes. I firmly grasp the door handle, mentally preparing myself for whatever the principal has to say. And then I swing it open. Okay, this one's traced over a photo. Or it's been run through a filter. My attention immediately draws to how ornate the office looked. It was like a rich, suave cabin in the woods. The contrast between the school and this room alone made me wonder if I'm even in the same building. There's even vines that run along the walls of the room and... Wait, the vines are moving. Oh. My eyes move towards the middle of this scenery, a thin dinosaur with an elongated neck that is dwarfed by the novelties surrounding the room. Hey, bud, give me a second, will you? I'm grabbing something. Where even is your head? Right here. Shit! Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, bud. I finally got a good look at the principal. In his mouth was a binder. Alright, sorry about that, Mr. Count. Come in and kick back for a minute. Kick back? How fucking old is this guy? I walk up slowly, like I'm approaching a tiger. The enormous cushion almost devours me as I sink into it. There's a brief pause before the principal speaks up. Yeah, it does look like AI, huh? So, how do you like the school so far? It's alright, I guess. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Is there something wrong? Why do you even care? I'm just making sure you're comfortable in this new environment. It's just as much of a change for us as it might be for you. Handling a human in a school meant for dinosaurs is quite the task to undertake. He looks kind of like a weird mix of Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth. Uh-huh. Anyway, I also want to discuss your classes, your expectations, and some key things about the school. First, I want to get the awkward stuff out of the way. He hands me another similar-looking pamphlet that Tiffany handed me, this time about estrus season safety. There's nothing that you need to worry about in that pamphlet. Just keep note of the dates on the back. You are not required to come to school on those days. Right, what exactly is estrus? Don't worry about it. He gives me an exhausted glance like he's had to explain this to people he never wanted to. After brushing off the pamphlet towards me, Mr. Lance pulls out a small stack of paper stapled together. Now there's a matter of classes. You can take one other elective. Another has already been filled out for you. That last bit puzzled me. I have a pre-established elective? He hands me the papers and I begin to glance across the page pertaining to my scheduling. A chemistry class, IT, literature, calculus, and... special ed? Is this some sort of joke? Special fucking ed? Yes, that's your counseling. Do I look like a fucking tard? I don't need any therapy sessions. What's it to you anyway? You only got me for a single year. I don't need to be looked after like a fucking toddler. The principal just sat there, looking at me, waiting for me to finish my rant. He's done this before. Are you done? All I can do is stand there, mouth ajar. This usually turns into an hour-long argument like so many others, but he's staying calm. I sit back down. I know about the video, Mr. Count, and I have to be completely honest, I don't know what happened that sparked that fight, and I do not wish to know. In this school, we believe everyone should be given a second chance, even a third, maybe even a fourth, as many times as it takes for someone to become a stellar person. I've dealt with people like you. People like me? The fuck is that supposed to mean, huh? You think I'm just some waste of skin, some sort of reject? Well, fuck you. I don't need to prove anything to a shit-eating, inferior, meteor Mr. Lance shoots me a soul-piercing glare. The atmosphere turned stone cold. His sharp gaze was enough for me to close my mouth entirely. His following voice became much more menacing. That, Nua, is exactly why I enrolled you in counseling sessions. Behavior like that will not be tolerated. Do I make myself clear? I barely manage a nod. As I was saying, I know people like you, people who are complicated, trying to deal with their own issues. I've had my share of tough days as well, especially at the same age as you. No one is after your blood, Nua. There's a reason why we were happy to enroll you in our school. Jeez, my throat. If a girl calls you about wanting help with biology homework during these specific days, please ignore her. Oh yeah, I don't know how ending one is gonna go either. Pretty bad, I think. No one is after your blood, Nua. There's a reason why we were happy to enroll you in our school. You'd be surprised about how many of your fellow students are suffering through their own problems, and they're taking their second chance at life. You're not alone. I nod again. You're free to leave. Go home and prepare yourself for classes tomorrow. I rise from my seat, staring at my shoes as I walk back to the door. And, Nua, make your year worth it. I believe in you. I shut the door, finally being able to breathe. I never want to have an interaction like that again, ever. The hallways were completely silent aside from my own footsteps and the echoes of distant classrooms full for rowdy students. It feels awkward pacing the halls while class is still in session. It's like I don't belong here. In the hallways, I mean, not some sappy shit. Because I really don't belong here. A lone skin-bearing human in a... Ah. Damn it. Gwimply jumped up. What's the matter, huh? Chill out. Fuck me, I am being sappy. Damn it, Nua, you're a man. Act like one. Stop being such an emo loser. Man, you really gotta find better taste in music. Your whole snootified playlist is just sad shit, man. Find something better. With the fit you have right now, you probably would look so good in a Linkin Park music video. I pummel my forehead with the palm of my hand. Man the fuck up.
Major fracture detected.
Major fracture detected? I tumble backwards and land ass first onto the flooring. A warm, stinging sensation runs up my spine as I cringe at trying to endure the pain. God damn it, this is the third time today. Ugh, fuck. I struggle to stand, using the handle of a nearby locker to pull myself up while I clutch my rear. I think I chipped a bone. What dog water luck I have today. Then I get a better view of the other Saurian around the corner. Wings on his forearms, weird spike thing on the back of his head. He looks to be a pterodactyl, I think. Yeah, probably that. He's leaning on the wall with his back towards me, his short tail practically tucked between his legs. I guess he fell right on his ass, too. I would have been filming right now if this were deliberate or just ignorance on his part, but it's impossible for either of us to notice each other around the corner. Can't put the blame on anyone for that. I offer my hand to the Taro. Dude, you gotta watch yourself, man. The Taro slaps my hand away, getting up himself. Fuck off. Don't you know who... Okay, fuck you then. Back in my dad's truck yet again. We take a path less taken to our apartment to avoid the god-awful traffic the city is known for. The constant creaking of the massive hunk of junk still leaves me with slightly fearful of the imminent danger of the car collapsing on top of us. I'm only feeling a bit more at ease thanks to Dad appearing more relaxed than he was this morning. I just realized this might be the first, game in the Snootverse to have an actually involved parent in the main character's life. I stare down at the cover of the pamphlet that Tiffany handed me this morning. The design is intricate and complex for what it's worth. Even all of the information about clubs and school events is immense. It really tries to sell you on the idea that the school will enrich your life, and your future will be meaningful if you come to attend and spend your tax money on this dumbass school. It's so dumb. All of this effort on a worthless piece of paper? You're taking the bus first thing tomorrow from now on. Yeah, got it. I crumple up the pamphlet and shove it into the cup holder, which Dad gives it a brief glance before turning his attention back to the road. I got a good feeling about this school. I don't give a shit. It's just another school. Language. I know that you aren't a kid who's keen on making it big, but at least try for me. I know you can do everything you set your mind to. I've seen it countless times. You're sabotaging your own future by getting into these fights. I just want you to at least try this time. Yeah, right. Try yet again for the 10th time. I can't even count how many times we've had this near exact conversation. Not even mentioning that I would be ripped out of my barely established circle of friends yet again. It was always the same charade. We would move somewhere else where I knew fucking nobody, and my dad would make all these wild promises about how it's gonna be better this time. I know you're expecting a rough time, but with all these dino folks, I got some hope that you'll fit in better. Maybe you'll finally start getting some friends you can bring home. Fit in better? With people that aren't even the same species as me? What a fucking joke. Hey, check out that view. Dad points outside with his well-toned, slightly scarred arm. I lazily eyeball out my passenger window, beholding the sight of the city. Ironstone, a city well known to be one of the nearest to the impact site of the meteor, now bathing in the bright lights of the skyscrapers and busy cars. You remember the news of the meteor? We were all scared. We all thought it would be the end of our lives, our futures. People gathered here to make amends and just watch the meteor crash into the Earth. But you know what? We're still here. We were given a second chance, but at the same time, we all live once, man. Just promise me you'll make your last year count. Okay, so the meteor was somewhat recent in this timeline, then? Yeah. Sure. To paraphrase The Social Network, you're going to go through life thinking that dinos don't like you because you're a human, but it's actually because you're an asshole. The rest of the day flew by in a flash. Before I could tell, it was already well past 7 p.m. Dad's already fast asleep on the couch, ready to get back up to go to work at the ass crack of dawn. I'm settled into my comfort clothes, a cup of spicy noodles in hand while watching adult cartoons on my computer, sitting in the dark in the corner of my barely slightly lived-in bedroom. While these alt-left themed shows are god-awful, it brings me some sort of enjoyment picking them apart and trying to get into the mind of the creator. I get through about halfway through the video until I'm bored, and then I start clicking through my recommendations section. Clip after clip, I sift through, only giving each one about 30 seconds of my time. But then I see that the fucking school fight had made it deeper into the algorithm. I click it. Video is unavailable. Thank God. The video got blocked by regional blocking. I breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that none of the other Dodgers besides the principal knows about my past. But still I wonder. Oh, a meteor, not the meteor. Got it. And it apparently hit Texas. Through a few clicks, I activate my VPN. The shitty free version of the VPN slowly refreshes the page. As long as it works, I'm good. The video loads back up, it autoplays, and I can see myself hitting the ground hard after getting punched squarely in the face. Is he doing the Peter Griffin death pose? School bully gets his ass handed by victim. I scroll down to the comment section. Maybe someone can question the context of the video. Maybe someone from that moment would know the truth behind it. Please give me something. Deserved. What a shithead. LOL karma. Whatever. They don't know. They don't know anything. They don't know what happened. They don't care either. They just want to be on the side that's winning, on the side of the oh-so-helpless victim standing up for themselves while the other ship sinks. Well, fuck them. Fuck them all. Tuesday. The familiar yet annoying screaming of my alarm sets off. My fingers struggle to find the snooze button on my phone while my eyes adjust to the dim light inside of my room. Day 2 and I'm already sick of this shit. Rubbing my eyes, I attempt to pry myself from the comfort of my worn bed. Looking around my minimalist room still leaves me uneasy. The furniture I was supposed to unpack yesterday was sitting in a corner of my room, still very much wrapped in plastic it arrived in. Only the mattress, my PC, and whatever bags of my clothes are laying around. Honestly, I never minded my room being messy. There was something about the disorder that made it easier to live in. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, my legs stopped feeling like they were filled with lead and I could roll off my bed. Stumbling past the small pile of t-shirts, socks, and underwear that I dumped on the floor haphazardly, I grab a fresh pair of socks and a new t-shirt. Well, new would be an odd term to use, since it was a carbon copy of the exact same shirt I was wearing right now. Whenever I see people wear a new shirt every day, I'm just baffled. Why go through all that work when you can just buy one shirt you like 30 times and be set every day? No more debating on what to wear. Takes too much time and thinking. I mean, that isn't a bad idea. Ultimately, I gave up on trying to find an answer to this question and instead just focused on getting ready for yet another day of hell. Mom and Dad were already gone by the time I went outside my room to eat breakfast. By this point, it wasn't a surprise anymore. I can count on one hand how many times we had actually shared a breakfast, like a normal family would. But it would be absurd to claim that we were a normal family, so it didn't bother me that much. Still, the slight sting in my chest every time I would wake up and find a completely empty house just fucking sucked. A note was attached to the fridge. Made you breakfast and lunch to take in case the food at your school isn't great. Love ya, Mom. Well, that was something at least. I was so used to skipping breakfast by this point that I honestly didn't feel very hungry, but I decided to take a few bites of the eggs and bacon sandwich that my mom made wouldn't kill me. That way I'd have at least something in my stomach. Maybe it would make the day a bit more bearable. After searching through my bag one last time to make sure that I had everything I need for today's subjects, I pocketed the house key left in the small tray next to the door. Something catches my attention as I'm about to leave. The small brown-black leather wallet that the Dodger from yesterday dropped. I hesitate before stuffing it into one of the many pockets of my jacket. Today at lunch, huh? Let's see how things turn out. Lucky for me, the bus station was only 2 minutes of walking away from my home, making the journey there tolerable. Possibly it was the one that blew up in the air over Russia several years ago. Oh man, I can't believe that was several years ago already. It seems like it was just yesterday sometimes. We need to know more about Nua's family situation. Hopefully more will be revealed. At least we know that they're actually there. Yeah, it's weird. You would expect someone like him to have, like, really crappy parents, but apart from being somewhat, like, busy, they seem generally kind of supportive, so it raises a lot of questions. I finally disembarked the stuffy bus and onto the sidewalk of the school for the second time. Still the same sight as before, a blend of hues all colliding in no rhyme or reason, clumsily tumbling through the front doors of the school, yet still no sign of an orange one. Surveying the building, I've secured a more discreet entrance, the side doors, to penetrate the school's strongest defenses. Those being the other students colliding into each other, forming an impenetrable wall by the front of the school. Making my way inside, I pull my own schedule on my phone. First off is chemistry. The thought of having to learn the properties of different chemical elements seemed rather stressful, but maybe if I pretend I was an alchemist or a wizard making my own potion of +3 destruction, I think I'll at least have some fun with the class. Man, I'm a fucking nerd. Can't let the ops know I fuck with spellcasting. Next class is literature. Luckily, it wasn't far from the lab. I never cared for reading or anything, but I can appreciate some smart writing. Just as long as we don't get into groups to discuss why the sly fox jumped over the lazy dog, I'm good. I take a seat at one of the tables in the back, then... Oh my gosh, Nua! Well, I was. I snapped my head to Tiffany, who was sitting near the front of the class. She's beckoning me to come and sit next to her. Raptor Jesus, why? What a nice surprise. I didn't know we're sharing the same class. Yeah, what a surprise. Huh? Is something wrong, Nua? I'm just really tired, so I'm just trying to avoid listening to too many lectures. Oh, don't worry about me talking your ear off. I'm just Tiffany today, not student council Tiffany. She gives me a nervous laugh. Shit, did I accidentally call her out? I was referring to the teacher's lectures. Well, I wasn't referring to you. You're not that annoying. I mean, you're tolerable. Oh, well, thank you, I guess? Nua, you truly are a fucking retard. Sorry. Huh? For what? Nothing? If you want to sit somewhere else, I understand. No, it's just... God damn it, I'm really just making myself look like an ass. I don't like getting mushy, but I feel like she's honestly pouring her heart out to be acquainted with me. Explain yourself fully. Second day of school, and I'm just horrible with keeping the goal of remaining a loner. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not that much of a talkative person, honestly. I just have a hard time clicking with people, I guess. Having someone put up an effort is really new to me, and I don't know how to even go about it. So just, I don't know, forgive me for being an asshole, I guess? I really appreciate that. To be honest, I can relate with not connecting with people. Really? You look like one of the popular girls. Nope. I mean, I am an outgoing person, but it's really hard to find people that are willing to sit through my rants about my interests. Could have fooled me, honestly. Really? I mean, you definitely hold yourself to such a high esteem, but... Oh my gosh, really? I'm so glad I'm pulling it off. Wow, those are some gnarly-ass teeth. I guess I've never seen her open her mouth that wide. Suddenly, she snaps her jaw shut again, taking me out of a trance. Oh, darn, I'm sorry, really sorry. She starts covering her mouth with both hands. Her face shows a look of embarrassment. I really hope my teeth didn't make this weird... Your teeth? Dude, they're fucking sick. Sick in a good way. Wow, they usually scare people off. It's why I don't smile much. Huh, hell nah, they remind me of sharks. Sharks are cool. I like sharks. She nods, giving a bashful smile. She seems happy about my answer. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm making something for you. You're making something? Yeah, as your welcoming gift. Now that I've gotten a good look at you. What does she mean by that? She sifts through her book bag, struggling to look for whatever she wanted to obtain. Come on, where is it? I get a better look at her bag. It was a satchel, covered with buttons on one side. Some I could pick out being UFOs, aliens, even the Predator. The late bell finally rings out, and the teacher comes walking in. Yeah, Tiffany's pretty cool so far. Aw, man. I'll show you later, okay? The door slams shut with a surprising amount of force. Mr. Misha, welcome to English lecture. I am Mr. Misha. Remember it well. The rest of the day was uneventful up until lunch. Lunch. Maybe the guy is still here. I clench his wallet in my pocket, making sure I've still brought it. I make my way to the back of the line. Sure enough, I see him a few feet down the line, looking at his phone. He looks much more angry, sad, more upset than when I first saw him. It didn't sit right with me. It didn't feel natural. Well, maybe it's because you have his wallet. I think of how I want to approach this. Hand him back the wallet first? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the wallet's probably what's causing him to look so down. Probably felt the immediate karma after breaking my phone, even though it was most likely an accident. I don't want to start the year off with enemies as well. I walk up to him, asking the people in front if I can move up first. I have the wallet ready in my hand. I'm terrible at telling what kind of dinosaur he is, let alone anyone I've met so far, minus maybe like 3 of them. Orange dude. This your wallet? The Dodger's eyes light up as they lock onto his wallet, and then immediately snatches it back from my hand. Dude, holy shit, thank you so much, man! He opens it up, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Still not batting an eye at me. Raptor Jesus, does he even notice I'm still here? You're welcome. He finally moves his head upward, and his eyes finally meet mine. Hey, Oh, damn, no way. You're the new human transfer. Sick, I've never talked to a human before. Shit, I don't think I've met one in real life. About my phone yesterday? Oh. His eyes bulge out in an oh shit moment. You're the one I ran into. Damn, I'm sorry, boss, but hey, I got something for you. He swings his backpack around and plops it onto the floor and unzips the smaller compartment. Peeking out, I can see a large variety of phones, different brands, different models, a whole assortment. I don't know how it's all fitting in one pocket. Oh, see you later, Andrew. He then pulls out a phone similar to mine, except this is newer, much newer. There you go, man. On the house policy since I was the one to break your phone. Oh, thank you. Wait, where did you even get the money to buy this? You didn't even have your wallet. Oh, nah, homie. I get my stock from a third party. My man, I can get them crazy cheap. Plus, it's a Pixel phone, so it's not like they're pricey to begin with. So Leon's essentially this game's version of Reed and Damien. It seems like it, but is he dealing in stolen cell phones? His stock? Yo, you want to come sit with my table? I know you're new to this school, so I can introduce you to some kick-ass people. I'm stunned. This is feeling very strange to me. The immediate thoughts that rushed into my head were, why me? What's the catch? Does someone want to associate me, and does someone want to assassinate me, and is this a lure? You don't have to, homie, I'm just offering. I guess he caught on to my uneasy pause. Look, I'm just trying to get my lunch, honestly. I just want to be alone right now. Hey, all good, boss. My table's always open if you change your mind. I'm Leon, by the way. Nua, cool. I'll keep that memorized. I'll catch you some other time. Huh, that went better than expected. Well, now that that's sorted out, rather effectively, I might add, time to treat myself to lunch. What do they have for lunch here? I stand in the populated line leading up to one of the lunch stands, mostly populated by carnivorous-looking dodgers. The sign connecting to the wall that obscured the lunch stand was labeled simply as Carnivore. I'm wondering what they could be serving today as I shuffle my feet a few inches forward as the line moves. My skinny ass could use some chicken nuggets. But as the line in front of me became shorter and shorter, I start to realize what they were serving. Looking down at the first tray I see, my fears were confirmed. It's literally just a whole leg of lamb. On every tray. Raw. How the fuck am I even supposed to eat this? I cut my losses and head to the line moving towards the herbivore section. The trays were just tree branches. Okay, one more stand, the pescatarian section. For Raptor Jesus' sake, please let them have something that's edible. Maybe they have fish sticks or something. It's an aquarium of live fish! Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, shit. Good thing his mom packed him a lunch. The principal did say that I was the only human in this school. Most likely wouldn't bother with spending the school budget to accommodate one human. I guess I'll go hungry. Then it hit me. Mom, you're a lifesaver. The lunch my mom made for me from this morning, thank God. Opening the bag, I realized that my oh-so-beloved mom decided to make me a BLT for lunch, prepping it in a plastic wrapper. By this point, it didn't surprise me anymore that my mom still insisted on making me things with tomatoes in them. even though I've told her countless times that just feeling them in my mouth makes me want to almost throw up. But whatever, I'll just pick them off. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Now there's the matter of seating. The room was packed, no seat left unattended, at least from what I could see. Several of the students vary in size, weight, color, making it impossible to even find an empty seat. I do see some occupied tables outside, indicating maybe more seats. If not, maybe some stairs I could sit on while I eat. I eventually make my way outside with the plastic wrapper in my hand. I remember seeing some cafeteria benches outside of the building. Maybe I'll be lucky and one of those seats was still open. The second I step outside, my ears almost cave in at the hellish noise that's coming from the basketball court, the sound of a whistle. There's a decent-sized crowd surrounding the ball court. On the court itself, a game is in progress. Most of the seats that were closer to the blacktop are all occupied, but there's still some space nearing the top of the bleachers. The way the metal seats bent ever so slightly make me feel uneasy, like any sudden movement could seal my fate in the form of a 7-foot fall. But whatever, at this point, I just want to eat my sandwich in peace. Funnily enough, I have a pretty decent view down at the game from my elevated position. As I unwrap my one chance at nutrients for the school day, my eyes start to wander back to the court. Here we go. The game was seemingly starting to get very heated. There was a pretty diverse team on each side, wearing red and blue shirts respectively. As I finally got rid of the last bits of plastic, I realized that, Raptor Jesus, Mom, half of this fucking sandwich was just tomatoes. A groan escapes my mouth as I peel it open to reveal the entire tomato had been cut up into slices before being squished between the lettuce and the bacon. After almost 2 minutes of peeling, I finally had a sandwich that I could actually eat. Taking the first bite, despite the still lingering taste of that accursed vegetable, it was still pretty good. Oh cool, this one's partially animated too. My eyes start wandering back up to watch as the ball game goes on. I honestly don't have a clue about sports, but I could tell that both teams were effective in their respective positions. As I struggle to keep track of oh hey, that's the main character, main girl. It's the waifu. Is that shirt a Vocaloid reference? Anyway. As I struggle to keep track of the ball while every team member passes the ball swiftly to a larger yellow Triceratops, takes the pass, and swiftly weaves past the others trying to block her goal. At least I think she's a Triceratops. She leaps backwards, going for the shot. And then suddenly our eyes meet. For some reason, it feels like the whole world just stopped as I studied her face for the brief moment I had. The way her wide eyes sparked as she stared at me. What about that look felt so different? But before the moment can last any longer, I watch as she completely misses her shot and lands right on her ass. The ball gets wedged between the hoop and the back panel. Even though it sucked for the team, I couldn't help but chuckle. I mean, come on, that's gotta take some luck to get it wedged in there like that. I turn my head back to the girl, still sitting on the ground. She's just holding her stare at me. That stare, I shouldn't be bothered by it, but for some reason it's off-putting. I begin to ponder as I studied her expression more. Then it hit me why this felt off. Everyone I've met looked at me in a negative way. It was always either pity, disgust, or contempt. But this was different. I've only ever seen this kind of expression in movies. The only word that comes to mind was wonder. Even after the whistle that causes the team to retreat back to the bleachers, those blue eyes still lock onto me as she clumsily walks back to her seat. This feels strange. I see you've taken a liking to our women's basketball team. Geez, how are these dinos so quiet? Yeah, just watching them practice. You know, this team has won many awards for our school. It's one of the best high school basketball teams in the States. Uh-huh. I turn back to look and see if that girl is still looking at me. Sure enough, she still is. Just watching them play, you can really appreciate the art of the sport. Diego strides in front of me, making extravagant poses as he gestures to the team down below. What? Hey. Their passion, their vigor, their form, truly a battle of strategy and endurance. What the hell is he talking about? I'm having to lean side to side to try and get another glance at the team, but I'm blocked by Diego's massive motions. God damn it, move. What, is your seat not comfortable? Why are you moving like that, hermano? Damn it, I can't see, dude. Oh, how arrogant of me. Who am I to distract you from the fine performance to be put on display? Can you just shut up for like 1 second? I look around the courtyard. The team had already dispersed and was heading back inside. No sight of the Triceratops. Is there an issue? What troubles you? Nothing, just saw someone. Oh? Do tell. Tell what? Already the second day and you've met love at first sight? That's retarded as shit. Nonsense. I've witnessed it so many times before, hermano. Can you stop calling me that? Every bud must blossom into a beautiful relationship in this tree called life. Like the legends as old as time, two lovers destined to meet eye to eye. But alas, the starstruck lovers must overcome the obstacles before them to finally be together truly. He left. Much like the heroine of the tale of the lovers of Tyrell, or the tragic legend of Romeo and Juliet, there comes... He's still monologuing. I can still hear him ramble from a distance, and I can also see a small gathering of students surrounding him, intrigued in whatever he's babbling about as I'm walking back inside. I'm still thinking about that weird, staring... Of course he says it. Is that a word? Whatever, I'm using it. Was she even a Triceratops? They're supposed to have that crest on the back of their head, right? I get that she was wearing a beanie, but shouldn't it be big as hell? More noticeable? I never really paid any attention to dinosaur species. I could be mixing her up with something else entirely. Still, just the thought of that stare causes the small hairs on my arms to stand up. I don't know how to feel about it. What was her deal? Math class comes around, by far the bane of my very existence. The teacher is already inside, writing some equations and formulas on the board. I take a seat at the second row from the back of the class. Good rule of thumb is to never sit too close or too far from the front. Good way to get called out for a random problem that you have no idea how to solve, therefore making you look like a retard in front of the whole class. I see 3 other students gather at one desk. The one occupying the desk looks familiar. Wait, isn't that orange dude? He's handing one of them something while the teacher isn't looking, a small red rectangular object. All right, class, get to your seats. The other 3 students quickly get back to their seat as if nothing ever happened. Now I'm curious. I quickly swap my current seat to the empty seat in front of me so I can be behind Leon. Be sure you are comfortable with your seating because that will be your seat for the rest of the year. Now hold tight while I grab some water. Now's my chance. I lean in to tap on Leon's shoulder. Oh shit, what's up, my guy? You a plug? You just gave him some fent, didn't you? What? Fuck no, I don't touch that shit. Stuff's for losers. But I'm glad you asked. Leon opens up his backpack and the inside of his jacket simultaneously, revealing a plentiful amount of goods like electronics and candies. What are you buying? What's all this stuff? My goods, refurbished phones, some snacks from my hometown, and the crowd favorite, Big Bendo's 3BCs. Want anything? I can hook you up. Nah, I'm good. Fair enough, bro. Hey, I'm still waiting for you to come and hang with us. Tomorrow I'm bringing something for everyone. Maybe. The teacher steps in and shuts the door, placing his mug of water on his desk. All right, let's get started. While the teacher writes some simple formulas down on the board, Leon leans in towards me for a whisper. Psst, give me your arm. I want to test something. I do so reluctantly, wondering what intentions he has. Leon then grabs my wrists and wraps a bracelet on. See that tag? Pull it. I notice a very tiny tag peeking out below the bracelet. Pulling on it unveils a small slip of paper with some pre-written formulas. Dude, this class hasn't even started. How are you making stuff like this? Gotta prepare ahead of time to make sure my methods work. Yeah, but how did you even get these answers? Groogle. Hey, no talking in class. Yeah. The rest of the day went by in a flash, at least for this build of the game, and I went home with that girl on my mind, until the next day comes around. Wednesday. Day of the pep rally. Just as usual, you never know that there was a pep rally until the teachers start ushering you into the gym. At the very least, I'm getting used to the morning routine. I've mastered the route enough for me to get in a few minutes of sleep before school actually began. The gymnasium is huge, and the AC was kicked into the max, which bypasses my favorite thin jacket. I take my seat somewhere in the back end, closer to the window and away from the crowd. I can get a better idea on the school's student count as I watch the crowd pile in from below. Viewing the exaggerated color schemes of everyone made me feel weird. I recall my freshman year, watching the students flood into the gym and seeing the different flavors of students, the nerds, the preps, the jocks. It's the very same scenario, but I feel way more isolated. Yo, Nua! I'm pulled out of my thoughts by a familiar voice. From the corner of my eye, I see Leon sit down beside me. What's good, man? Things been alright so far? Hey, man, it's, Leon, right? I awkwardly shift in my seat as the orange dino's face lights up in excitement. Yeah, dude, that's right. Got it memorized? He leans in and taps his temple with his finger. I let out a small chuckle to try and make the whole thing a bit less awkward. I obviously understood the reference, but I really don't want to end up being caught geeking out over JRPGs, especially since no one seemed to have me in their crosshairs yet. By the way, how's that new phone been working out for you? Saying a quiet thank you prayer to Raptor Jesus for Leon's sociability, I start getting a bit more comfortable in our conversation. Really good, actually. I never had a phone this fancy before. Ah, those phones aren't that hard to get a hold of. They're more budget-oriented. Also, I personally don't trust Google's stuff. Here, check out my phone. He pulls out a phone from his back pocket, a much more pricey model that also came with a stylus. Getting a look at his home screen, I recognized that the OS the phone was using was not the factory setting. He modded a whole new OS into it. Dang, you into modding too? Nah, I got this refurbished online. The guy told me this phone had something about privacy. It's Calyx OS. It's an open source and lightweight system that's installed by a lot of modders to maximize storage usage and performance. Pretty cool stuff. Well, shit, here I am geeking out over phone tech. Thankfully, Leon just chuckles and continues the conversation in a lighthearted manner. Dude, he lost me at open source. I only know it frees up storage. Damn it. Yo, you ever seen this video? We spend the next 15 minutes or so watching nearly 20 gigs worth of crusty shitpost screenshots and handheld camera footage while he explains the context of each one. Some of them being screenshots of doomer posts from an image board. Dude, does this guy even have a life? I think I saw somewhere that the guy got a girlfriend. Is it Anon's posts? I hope so. That's like an awesome Easter egg. How the fuck does he manage that when he's posting stuff like this? The ironic thing is that he got with a rock star, someone with actual talent. It's all hearsay, though. That's just upsetting. A dude that constantly posts on a shitty image board manages to get a girlfriend and I never even hugged a girl? Well, not like I had intended to date, so I can't be mad at myself for it. A loud whistle can be heard on the ground floor. A drum assembly begins marching into the gym, pounding on their strapped-on drums and juggling their drumsticks. Soon after, the whole band begins to play. The loud music begins to make me feel uneasy. I can feel the sounds of the brass instruments rock my eardrums. I'm dragged back into memories that happened almost 10 years ago. Back then, I was only a measly 8 years old when my father decided he should take me to a small concert venue that belonged to one of his old friends. I was glad that Leon was too busy still staring down at his phone to realize that my hands were clenched into fists. But before I could overthink it anymore, the music abruptly stopped. Leon looked up from his phone to look down at the band, who had now formed a straight line. Ah, check it out. They're about to hold their speech. They do this whole thing every year. You get used to it eventually. Actually, I won't. I'm only here for this year, remember? Leon's enthusiasm died as he realized his error. Having lost the wind from his sails, the moment suddenly became uncomfortable again. Oh shit, here comes Maddie's squad. Maddie? I looked down at the ball court. Sure enough, the team that I recognized to be the basketball team from yesterday were running onto the court, each one dribbling their own ball. The percussion players roll their drums to the upbeat rhythm of the swift team members, shooting for the hoop at impossible ranges and angles. Some used a trampoline to score a backward shot, some doing backflips. And I see their last player, the yellow Triceratops. She must be the final act. cool. Oh wow. Glass dust scatters across the floor. The larger shards shine and reflect the gymnasium lights. Whoa, let's go, Maddie! Damn, Leon's interest perked up. I guess they're either close friends or she's a really popular girl. So that's Maddie, huh? I look back to the yellow Triceratops on the ground floor. She looks like she's looking for someone in the crowd. Cute. What a weirdo. All right, students. The speakers ring out a high-pitched noise as the microphone adjusts with Mr. Lance in front. I want to thank everyone for attending the pep rally for today. As always, I expect great things from you as we enter this new school year with a sense of purpose. And now I'd like the class president to share his words of wisdom for the younger generation. Please give a warm round of applause for Royce Griffin. Oh, that's the guy that he crashed into. Good morning, Ironstone Knights. The whole room erupts into cheers. Yes, now that is what the Ironstone spirit is all about. Along with Principal Lance, I want to further extend my appreciation for all of you. By attending and participating in this school's upbringing, you are contributing not only to the bright future for this school, but to your successful career as well. I think I'm not the only one to say that... Oh boy, here he goes. The forever long speech. The words became white noise as I drown it out. My eyes become heavy, and I rest my head on my hand propped on my leg. I look back at Leon to see if he's engaged at all. Nope, he went back to looking at memes. Soon enough, a nearby teacher catches sight of our phones and forces us to put them away and pay attention. Still doesn't stop us from drifting to sleep thanks to the boring-ass speech. I lean on something softer as my eyes begin to close, only to be jolted back awake by the feedback of the microphone. I lean over to Leon, trying to whisper something into his ear while the preppy student was still blabbering on and on. How long does this shit usually last? It feels like we've been here for like half an hour already. Well, half an hour would be a record time for Royce. The longest he's ever stood on that stage during my time in this school was almost an hour. My face twists and contorts into something displaying pure horror while I look at Leon to see if he was fucking with me. He was not. And today was the one day where I forgot my headphones. Please, someone save me from this hell. After another 30 minutes, which I counted while looking at my new phone's clock, he finally finishes his speech with a bow. I have no idea if he thought that it would look elegant or something, but all it did was look goofy. At least to me it did. Whatever, the pep rally was finally over and I could think about my lunch. Jeez, finally. Come on, let's bounce. Way off to the side, I could see Royce talking with Maddie next to the door. The conversation seems pleasant as I watch them while walking outside. Back in the cafeteria, I'm praying to Raptor Jesus that my mom didn't pack another BLT stacked with vegetables as I walk outside. Well, I was going to walk outside until I see a hand obstruct my path. It was Leon. Yo, dude, you skipped our table. He points towards a nearby table, its occupant being a much smaller green dino. Oh, shit, that's where you sit. Where we always sat since freshman year, my man. Like I said yesterday, though, you don't have to sit with us if you don't want to. Well, I did like my seat outside, but... he's just trying to be a bro. Might as well. Nah, I'll still come sit. Why not? Preem, you're gonna love these guys, I promise. Did he just say Preem? Oh. They do look like Olivia. At the round table, I sit down next to the green dino. I try my best to make eye contact with him so that I can get a proper look at him. Nope, not a chance. He seems to be more interested in his phone. This here is Zero. Don't mind her. She's not much of a people person. She seems to be more interested in her phone. I look back at Leon, who's already tearing away at his lunch. It looks like today's lunch is a raw cow liver with a sauce that looks of blood and smells horrid. I could probably pick up the scent 2 miles against the wind. Not even gonna ask what the fuck that's supposed to be. I turn back to the small girl next to me. She's not much of a people person, huh? Well, that's at least something we have in common. Might as well strike up a conversation. Hey, what's up? Piacere. She turns back to her phone after eyeing me up and down. Leon looks up from his tray and shrugs while still chewing on the blood-smeared meat in his mouth. Yeah, told you. I look back and forth between Ciro and him, trying to figure out what to ask first. The fuck did she even just say to me? She's Italian, dude. She just said hi. How did you even know what P-cherry means? She's my business partner. I've known her quirks for years now, even her language to an extent. After a while, you just get used to it, you know? I don't think so. Hey, didn't you say you had friends, like, plural? Where are the others? Yeah, the other should be here soon. One is still coming back from the pep rally. You've already seen her, I think. And then I got another coming soon. I nod as I fish around inside my backpack for my lunch. Probably didn't. Haven't met a lot of people in the school yet. Did she sit with us somewhere on the other side of the gym? Nah, dude, she was like one of the performers. As if on cue, he swallows the rest of the food in his mouth. Oh shit, there she is. Huh? Where? Behind you. He points his claw towards my 6. I turn around now, noticing a hulking figure that towers over me, forcing my eyes to climb the skyscraper of a student. I could see some sweatpants and a jersey with a military jacket over it, and my eyes meet with the blue marbles of a familiar yellow triceratops. It's her. Beanies. What? Our beanies. We're matching. Okay, cool. Same hat. Same hats. I like the color. Thanks. Holy fuck, this is gonna get weird fast. I'm just gonna turn around before this interaction gets even more awkward. I hear a slap behind me. So yeah, this is the other friend I was talking about, the one who's really good at throwing balls and hoops. I can see that. Holy fuck. I turn to my right, only to see her sitting right beside me, still staring me down like I'm some sort of exotic unicorn. Hi. Hi. She shifts in her seat, almost as if she wasn't sure how to continue with the conversation from there. Well, that made 2 of us. I'm Madison. You can just call me Maddie, though. What's yours? Nua? Nice to meet you. I'm Maddie. I just said that already. Oh, hey, Nua. Holy fuck, thank you, Raptor Jesus. I turn towards the direction of the high-pitched voice. Tiffany had arrived just in time to completely shatter the ice and finally stop the awkward silence. Diego followed behind her. Hey, Tiff. Yo, what's up, homies? Leon and Maddie get up and the group proceeds to exchange hugs. Notably, Leon and Diego exchange one of those firm, you son of a bitch handshakes with a pat on the shoulder. Everyone gathers and sits back down at the table. So, Nua, I see you're getting along with your new friends. I'm so happy to see that you're starting to settle in properly. Yeah, they've been all right so far. That's so wonderful to hear. It's great to know that you're feeling at home already. Well, now that we're all in one place, would you mind sharing something about yourself? Are you in your student council president mode right now? 'Cause I don't think anyone normal talks like that. Yeah. Just for right now, though, this is the only way I know how to get to know our newer students. So, would you care to share something about yourself? Like what? Well, how about why you transferred to this school to begin with? Is there a program our school offers? Any ambitions that you want to pursue here? Boom, there it is. Just relax, I've already got the perfect response for this. Not really. Just on the move. That's about it. Nothing to write home about. Okay, what about... your hobbies? What are some of your hobbies? I flinch slightly. Fuck, despite her being so big, I almost forgot that she was sitting right next to me. Oh, well, I like to just watch cartoons and game a bit. This awkward silence that I so dread returns as the others look at me, probably expecting me to say anything even remotely interesting. Anything else, or... Yeah, is there anything else? Come on, I know there's more to you than that. It does sound like I'm boring when I say it out loud. I don't want to stand out too much, but at the same time, I don't want to be on par with a guy that only watches The Big Bang Theory. I'm already looking like a slice of the whitest bread imaginable over here. Fuck it. I like to ride my bike. Leon looks up from his meal and joins the group of people staring at me like an alien. So, like, just a bicycle? No, my dirt bike. I like modding it and just going to the dunes and doing tricks and shit like that. I guess I also like a good chunk of rock, org core, new metal, you know, all that junk. That's about it from what I can think of. The Triceratops' eyes light up like a dog as she excitedly squeals out. That is so cool! Yeah, dude, that's like hella rat. How fast does it go? What color is it? Actually, what's your favorite color? Mine is green. Dude, you're ranting again. Oh, right, sorry. That sounds pretty awesome, Nua. Hell yeah, man, sounds baller. Maddie visibly deflates as the conversation at the table finally starts to divert from me to other, less important things like the rally earlier. Thank fuck the interrogation is finally over. After Leon's scolding, Maddie turns back to me and her excited glare already tells me that she's about to continue her rant as if nothing happened. So, your bike, what's it like? I let out a sigh. Okay, wow, she is persistent, but at this point I don't mind handing her an olive branch. It's an orange RPS Hawk 250cc dual sports dirt bike. Maddie's eyes widen even more as she listens. Do you know what that means? No, but it sounds really cool. It sounds really expensive, too. How are you able to afford that? Well, my dad got it for me on my birthday. Aw, how sweet. I bet it's rad. Could I see it one day? Maybe. A small grin tugs at my lips. It's cute seeing someone so deeply interested in a passing hobby of mine. Still, the nature of how I got my bike might not sit well with these people. You know, I've been dying to talk to you. Ever since I heard there was a new student here, I've just got to meet you. Don't you guys get any new students, like, every other week? Not as much, but I wasn't expecting a human transfer. Seeing you yesterday, I just thought, whoa! She's treating me like some sort of nonchalant celebrity. I can't figure out if I should take this as flattering or creepy. I scratch my arm, trying to figure out what appropriate response to use next. Is that why you've been staring at me like that? I didn't mean to stare. I've never seen a human before in my life. In person, I mean. So has everyone else in this school. I mean, what the fuck? But I'm really sorry if I made you uncomfortable yesterday. I was just so hyped to talk to you. That's cool, I guess. I mean, you landing on your ass was pretty funny. Haha, so you've seen. I mean, yeah, you were kind of in the middle of the court. Maddie lets out a light giggle, and I join in with a low chuckle. I'm really pleased to finally meet you, Nua. Yeah, likewise. Alright, now that we're all settled. Leon pulls out a small briefcase from underneath the table. Clicking the locks, he opens it to reveal a stack of burritos wrapped in tinfoil. Still hot and fresh, too. Everyone's eyes perk up at the sight of the glorious display of tortilla-wrapped delight. Wait, didn't you just eat? Let's go! Cibo de Melo Ora. Whoa, 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 now hold on. Leon grabs one from the top of the stack and gestures it to me. Ugh. Water. See a teeny greenie. Hospital has Wi-Fi. Oh, cool. You never thought you'd mention your brony past on here, but Maddie is like Lyra with her human obsession? Ah, I don't understand that reference, but she seems like a really enthusiastic character. I really like the tiny Italian gecko. I'm not sure what she is. Leon grabs one from the top of the stack and gestures it to me, making sure it's out of reach of the tiny green goblin as she tries snapping the burrito out of Leon's hand like a dog. New friends get first dibs. Friends? Dude, I've only been here for like 3 days. You're sitting with us right now, right? Yeah? Then we're friends. All of us. Okay, now wait a minute. Just take the damn burrito. I don't know what to say anymore. I feel like this should be all coming out of left field, but I'm feeling nothing. For the first time since transferring here, I can tell that the shock moment doesn't last as long as before. Am I seriously starting to get used to this bullshit? Whatever, I take the burrito. It's free food, so why not? Just bean and cheese, right? For sure, the classic. While unraveling the tinfoil, I get a look of everyone at the table as they begin devouring their burritos. Leon, who already ate a fat as fuck leg of lamb, ate 2 burritos in one go. On top of that, he's using video game slang. Ciro hasn't bothered to wipe her mouth of the beans and cheese, doesn't even speak English. Diego unraveled his burrito and started eating the contents with a fork. Tiffany is eating a small salad despite being a carnivore. And then there's Maddie, who is still staring deep into my soul with her large puppy dog eyes. It's for sure a strange group. But you know what? This is nice, actually. Even though I've failed to fade away into the school background, I've managed to talk to a few dinos and haven't sparked a fight yet. Still don't know why these guys are around me. I mean, come on, I look like a fucking future meth cook with the fashion taste I have. Meh, whatever, just be their friend. They'll forget about me, and I'll be able to fade away. I'm the only human, but at the end of the day, I'm just another Joe Schmo. They'll forget about me easily, and I'll keep my original plan. Bada bing, bada boom. Ring. The artificial school bell rings out, causing my eardrums to rumble uncomfortably in my head. I'm never going to get used to that shit. At least at my old school, it was a more softer dong sound. Whatever, everyone gets up from their seats, including me, and we all say our goodbyes and part ways, promising to see each other tomorrow. All except Maddie, who is still tailing behind me. These games keep making you wonder at the level of racial segregation between humans and dinos that exists. It seems like it must be not legally enforced, but kind of somewhat socially enforced, because how is it that you have Anon and Inko and now Nua all being the only human transfer students at their respective schools? Well, actually, I forgot about Carl. Still. The background character Lyra Heartstrings was seen sitting like a human, and the fandom decided that she's obsessed with humans. Oh, that's pretty cute. Seriously, this is getting weird. You need something? You're still following me. Yeah, to class. We have the same period. Cooking? That's right. Didn't really take you as a cooking person. Gotta make sure you prep some healthy and delicious foods to build up your strength. Cool. I just keep moving. Holy raptor Christ, this interaction just gives me the vibes of a shitty anime conversation. The kind where the awkward protagonist scratches the back of his head after saying something ungodly idiotic. Reminds me of my fucking Chunibyo phase. Before entering the cooking classroom, Madison just runs right by me and enters first. And I can see her quickly sitting down and pulling out the seat next to her, my seat. This is gonna be a long last period. Maddie is sweet and friendly, but she is overdoing it. Yeah, a bit. I get the feeling that she's, like, extremely lonely and really wants to connect. But that's just the impression that I get. The bell rings out for the final time, releasing me into my well-deserved afternoon. While it wasn't the worst day possible, I'm still glad the day was over. Since I don't have a clue about the bus routes, I pulled up the JPEG of the bus list on my phone to look for my designated ride. One check tells me that I need to take the one with the number 44. Wait. Bus 35, bus 18, bus 24. Where the hell is my bus? All of the numbers were completely out of order. Fuck me. A flood of students start pouring out of the building and into the bus lines, causing students to crowd the space and start pushing into each other. Speaking of, my world darkens as an all-too-familiar mountain starts entering my personal space again. And just when I thought I finally shook her off. Hey, Nua! Maddie? Yes, that's my name. What's up? Could you back off? Okay, wow, that sounded rude even in my ears. And, yep, she looks hurt because of it. God damn it, I really need to work on my wording. Not like that, just Give me some space. You're basically stepping on my heels. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me just... So, what you doing? Trying to get home? Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Which bus are you supposed to take? Raptor, Jesus, please, just leave me alone. Trying to find that out. No idea where that one is supposed to be, though. Her tail starts wagging. Maybe I can help find it for you. I know my way around these buses. No, it's fine. I'll find it myself. She knows her way around buses? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Oh, it wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience for me. No, seriously, it's fine. She shrugs before shouldering her bag again that's been sitting at her feet. Well, if you insist. With that, she steps into one of the vehicles waiting in front of us. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Have a good day, Nua. Yeah, you too. I can hear the engine starting before the bus slowly backs out of the parking area. Fucking finally, I can at least have some peace and quiet before I get home. Through the window, I can see her waving at me with a smile on her face as the bus leaves the parking lot. And I catch something else. On the back of the bus Maddie just got into is a small bumper sticker with a 44 on it. I stare at it as it starts slowly driving away. You should have gone with her. Huh. There's my bus. Funny, she rides the same bus as me. That was my bus. That's my... Oh fuck, that's my bus! Fucking shit, Nua, you retard. Thursday. You can see why Nua is more annoyed than flirting towards the athletic busty girl showing interest. Yeah. Plus there's the racial bias that he's got. Day 4. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't even keep my eyes shut. Throughout the whole night, my mind was racing like my brain never stayed in one place within the cramped space of my dense-as-hell skull. I was well aware before coming here that I would be the only human within these streets. I prepared myself for having to adapt to the school. I even had a plan of getting through the year as fast as possible. So why the fuck am I so anxious all of a sudden? It could be the friend group I was ushered in, but I've been a part of other circles and cliques in my previous schools. I'm still wondering why this is so different. I'm pulled out yet again from my regular trance by my phone. My heart nearly dropped, seeing the seemingly thousands of notifications, but taking a closer look, I realized that the email account provided by the school is just dumped with spam. After school clubs, extracurricular activities, you know, the stuff that no one other than overachievers usually care about. But then one of the messages stood out. Madison Hartfold. For fuck's sake. Hey dude, wanted to text you. I forgot we never exchanged numbers, lols. Anyway, don't bring lunch. I got something for ya. Maddie. Lulz? Who even uses emoticons and lulz in this day and age, especially via an email? This girl is getting way too friendly. Maybe that's why I'm so anxious. Yeah, that has to be why. Feels like this girl is gonna get way too involved in my life even after one interaction. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but still. Arriving at the school yet again, I take my now familiar path inside, away from the crowd of Dodgers. I'm slowly but surely starting to build a solid morning routine. Go inside, screw around for the next 15 or so minutes, go to the vending machine for a drink, forget that it's broken as shit, realize I just wasted another $5 that I'll never get back, and head to my first period. When you lived in Iowa, there was only one black kid in your high school, but you lived in California for so long now that not being around every kind of fellow human sounds vaguely wrong. Yeah, I can't imagine being in, like, more homogeneously populated neighborhoods. It would be weird. Suddenly, I'm feeling queasy, anxious, and my legs become wobbly like gelatin as I approach the science class. It's like something deep in my gut wants me to turn back and go home. It's somehow even worse than on my first day. I can't help but wonder why. But the moment I stepped through the gaping doorway into the room, the answers to my odd feelings were made clear. Or rather, answer, singular, because it was sitting right next to my seat. Maddie. Her eyes widen, her pupils dilate, and her mouth curves into a sickeningly cute smile that could make Satan blush. She waves at me like a toddler waving to their parents coming home from work. Mr. Bjard, could I change seats with someone else? Why? What's wrong with your seat? The air conditioning is too cold over there. The vent is on the other side of the classroom, and I don't have it set on high. Oh. Mr. Nua, do you have a problem with your lab partner? We can discuss your problems with her together. No, it's fine. Actually, I changed my mind. Reluctantly, I took my seat next to Maddie. Without even looking at her, I can still feel her towering presence. I can even feel her eyes pierce the back of my head as I try to not make eye contact again. But inevitably, I do. Hi. Sup? How are you? Fine, I guess. That's good. Be nice, Nua. Take a deep breath and grit your teeth. She's just talking. I like your jacket. Thanks. Where'd you get it? BC Max. A bold-faced lie. It was actually a find at Rockmart. I've practiced that response since middle school. Oh, cool. I usually get my clothes from thrifting, but I mean, like, that is a really cool design. I still think thrifting is a better response than Rockmart. What's the G mean? Is it like gangsta? Or maybe like... I try to tune her out, but it's much more of a challenge if that person is sitting right next to your ear. The teacher closes the door and locks it last minute. Last-minute students bang on the door, pleading to be let in, but the teacher waves them off, motioning them to go to the front office. Class is starting, thank God. Class has ended, and I'm still being accompanied by the Triceratops. She tails close to me as I head to my second period. As soon as I stepped into the next classroom, Maddie gave her farewell, booking it to the next class, going the same way we just walked from. Is her class even nearby? My head is pounding. I can barely keep my head up. So the assigned reading is required, but the book we can choose is optional. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking we could start with reading The Great Gatsby, Nua! Huh? What? Hey, you okay? You've been dozing off. Yeah, I just haven't gotten any sleep. I've been meaning to ask. Shoot. The Triceratops, Maddie, you know anything about her? Oh, well, she's super athletic. She's one of the best team members on the basketball team. What about her? Is she clingy to you? She has an outgoing personality, but I don't know about being clingy. Why? Ever since I saw her, she's been weirdly attached to me, eyeballing me, constantly asking questions, following me everywhere. Oh, darn, I forgot about that. Forgot about what? Well... Okay, how do I say this without making it sound weird? She's really into... No, she has a... No, not that. Spit it out. She has a fascination with humans. What? I know it sounds strange, but I swear it sounds weirder than it actually is. She's a real sweetheart, I promise. Alright. So, you have an idea of what book to read? I'll just pick a fucking Goosebumps book. That's way too low of a reading level. What about The Alchemist? Nah, looks like something a hag would read. She hits me on the back of my head with the rolled-up paper. Ow. That's not really a nice thing to say. I'm just saying what I see. There's other vocabulary to use other than slurs. Please don't say stuff like that ever again. Fine. Wait, why is the Karl Marx Manifesto on the list? The bell rings for the third period. Shortly after gathering my one binder and pencil, I make my way out of the classroom and into the once again busy hallway. Except somehow I can pick out a set of loud footsteps making its way towards my direction. No fucking way. I met with an out-of-breath yellow Triceratops. She looks like she hauled ass to get here. One moment she's panting and huffing, the very next second she's fine and perks back up. Dude, what are you doing? What do you mean? Why are you here? Well, we gotta walk to class, right? So, this isn't your next class? No, my next class is on the west side of the building. So then again, why are you here? So we can walk together, silly. I mean, I could just meet you at lunch. But I want to walk with you. Okay. Yay. Great Gatsby makes you want to see roaring 20s Art Deco New York dinosaurs? That'd be cool. Maddie follows closely behind. I can feel her colossal presence even without looking behind me. Verm drama! So, is it true that humans can get darker skin? What? You know, when a human stands in the sun, their skin gets darker? Well, I get red in the face, I guess, but yes, I can get a tan. Oh, so that's what a tan is. Yeah. What about, like, heat tolerance? Do you get hot or cold more easily than dinos? I just get hot or cold the normal amount. Cool, cool. Okay, what about... Dude, what's with all these questions? Have you ever even met a human before? Nope, this is my first time with one. I want to make sure I know everything about humans. For God's sake, I really don't want to deal with her this early in the morning. Then a devious yet genius idea hatches within the confines of my tiny pea brain. Hey, what's that over there? A what now? There, or over around that corner. I don't... The moment that Maddie turns her back towards me, I book it down the hall. I'm so close to my next class, I could just run for it and shut the door. I turn back to see if she even noticed. Nope, she's still looking for whatever imaginary thing I pointed at. Oh no, she's dumb. Looking back on it, yeah, that was a dick move, but what else should I have done? She won't get the hint that I don't want to spend every second of the day with her. The other classes still had students pouring out of them. The halls quickly filled up with students. Some rushed down the halls, cutting their way to the next class, and some just meander around the halls having no special awareness. Some of them are even being pushed by the ones trying to make it to their next session. Hoping to avoid the stagnant crowd and to get away from Maddie before she finds me and pesters me more, I opted to take the narrow hallway. I think I can cut through there. The only thing of note was a trash can that stands alone in the empty hallway haphazardly, probably from a custodian leaving it out to clean one of the rooms. A familiar sound echoes behind me as I make my way down the hall. The familiar pitter-patter. Not this time, fuck-ass. I quickly step to the side. I could see the green and gray blur blow right past me and tumble into the trash can with its tail sticking upwards. Got you now, you little shit! Quickly, I grabbed the exposed tail and lifted it out of the trash to get a good look at my oppressor. Oh no! Wait, you're, Ciro? No, Chiro. Chiro? Snap. Yeep. Elasiami, Sare Bruto, Shimone Pelato. I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing other languages. I noticed she had something in her hand, something familiar to me. I check my pocket, now noticing it's much more lighter. She pickpocketed my pocket knife. Give me that back. No. I'm really warning you right now. Zero, put it down, now. The tiny green gremlin immediately drops my knife to the floor at the command of Leon, which I could hear running it up from behind. We talked about this, no swiping from buds. My Lucioso. I don't care if it's shiny. Don't steal from Nua. Save that shit for the actual jerk-offs, alright? Zero nods her head somberly. Alright. With that, I place her gently back to the ground. Hey, chin up, Chi. I'm not mad at you. Let's go get some dino nuggets after school, alright? Okay. Atta girl. From the other end of the hallway, I could see a patrolling prefect gunning right towards us. Oh no. Zero wastes no time to gun it the other direction. What's going on here? Why aren't you in class yet? Isn't it lunch hour, my guy? Don't get smart with me. What's that on the ground? Shit. It's not what it looks like. Leon quickly kneels down to grab the knife. It's mine. I dropped it by accident. It looks like a knife. Are you really carrying contraband on school grounds? Nah, bro, look. I could see from behind that he's pocketing my knife, and then he pulls out what looks like a switchblade from his sleeve. He flicks it open, revealing it to be a comb. See? Perfectly legal. You don't have any hair. A guy can dream, can't he? Get to class. Fucking jerk off. Leon takes my knife out of his pocket and gestures it towards me. Here's your knife back. You stood up for me. Yeah? Why? Because you're my friend? And I owe you for my wallet. And about Zero. Sorry about that. Don't take it personally. The hell was even that about? Kleptomania. She's been struggling with it for a long time. Anytime she sees something shiny, she takes it. Well, I found a way to ease it, I guess. I'll try and make sure she ain't stealing from you again. Anyway, I'll see you at lunch. Hey, Leon. Thanks for covering me. Don't mention it, you're a bro. Wow, when's the last time I said thank you to someone? Parasaur silhouette. Yeah. Lunchtime rolled around. The unfamiliar smells of all the foreign Dodger foods fill my nostrils as I enter the bustling cafeteria. Smells like something new off the menu. The round table on the side that usually accompanied the group is dormant. I guess I'm the first one here. Sitting down at the table, I instinctively reach for my bag to grab my lunch, only to find nothing. Oh, right. Mimi didn't want me to bring my lunch for some odd-ass reason. Now that I think about it, why did I end up listening to her? I had no reason to risk skipping lunch today just to appease her, yet somehow I ended up putting my sandwich back in the fridge this morning. I get a notification on my phone. It's a text from an unknown number. Fishy, but I decide to risk it and open the message. Hey Choom, it's Leon. Me and Ciro are running a bit late. Shiro wants nuggets, like, right now. Just make sure our seats ain't taken. Dude, how the fuck did you get my number? Got it from your old phone. Anyway, we'll see you, bro. God fucking... He kept my broken phone? Hey, Nua! Third time I've been scared like this. Or was it the fourth? A wave of rage washes over me as I turn around to the mountain of a girl that somehow just seems to appear out of nowhere every single time. Hey, so why couldn't I bring my lunch? Well, I've been researching the types of food that a human could eat. She places a Tupperware container in front of me. It's translucent, but I still can't see the contents inside. And I made you something special, so I wanted to see if you'd like it. I opened the lid. Inside was an assortment of foods. Oh no, she gave him tomatoes! Each in their own little divided space. Fruits and berries in one, a tiny bit of grilled steak, and sliced tomatoes. Thank you, Maddie. I'm too stumped to say anything else, and instead of risking saying something douchey, I just keep my mouth shut. You'll have to be back. Good luck with that, Doodle dear. The better endings probably cures him of the habit of automatically thinking in slurs. I hope so. Well, aren't you gonna try it? I nervously stare down at the food before finally picking up the steak. Then I take a small bite. I recognize this texture. I've only experienced it once during the pandemic when food and toilet paper was scarce. My mom brought home steak at the time, at least what I thought was steak. It wasn't. And oh god, I wish it were literally anything else. The taste and the texture was horrid to the point where I nearly gagged. And oh god, the texture. I could see Maddie's expecting eyes watching me, waiting to see my reaction. I continued chewing, trying to hold in the rancid vegan meat. That's an interesting flavor. I'll save the rest for later. Why not finish it now? Well, I'd love to, but I need something to get the taste, to wash this down. Oh darn, I totally forgot to bring some water. I'll be right back. She rushes off towards a vending machine at the other side of the cafeteria. Darn? Now all that's left is me and the vegan tray. At least I can pick off some of the fruit. There's a loud ruckus at the other end of the cafeteria where most of the students are gathered around. Flashes of light and the sound of camera shutters begin to populate the entrance. There he is! There he is! Royce, smile for the camera! Woo! What's up, Royce? The massive crowd of Dodgers begin to part to form a clear path for the person they're swarming. In comes the preppy student from yesterday's pep rally. He maintained his celebrity look, tall posture, wide struts, handshakes to each student, as well as kissing the hands of the female students. He knows how to make an entrance, I guess. That same urge from before starts fighting its way into my consciousness again. The very tempting urge to curb stomp this snobby bastard. He scans the room, seemingly looking for someone in the crowd. Then lands his eyes towards my direction. Dear God, please, no. Ah, if it isn't our brand new transfer. dear God, just his tone is enough to make me gag. Fuck me, I want to punch this dude. Badly. Can I help you? Oh, I just wanted to extend a warm welcome to this fine school, as well as apologize for my rather rude behavior on Monday. You came out of nowhere, my friend. Oh, alright, no worries. Can I get back to my lunch now? Come on now, we haven't even taken our pictures for the school paper yet. Say cheese! Royce instantly clamps down on my hand, grabs a shoulder, and pulls me to his side, posing for the cameras whilst forcing my direction into the flashing lights, which made me disoriented. Haha, thank you all, you're too kind. Now if you would excuse me, I'd like to have a word privately with our new student. Just as quickly as I was blinded, it was over. I try to rub the eye floaters out of my vision as I recover from the sudden bright lights. Damn it, at least warn me. So how are you liking the school so far? It's okay, I guess. I tug my hand, only to find that he isn't letting go. Can you let go? Just okay, huh? Yeah? Funny thing to say for some nobody acting like they own the place. What? What are you talking about? You know, you really hurt my tail the other day. Okay, sorry, I guess. I couldn't really see you coming around the corner. I try to tug my hand away again, but he retaliates by tightening his grip. You know, there have been several other transfers in this school throughout the years. Some come, some go. From what I've seen, you're given special treatment as of late. As for why, well, I have my suspicions. He tugs my hand to bring me closer. But I know what you really are. He holds up his phone, showing the school fight video. Nothing but low-life scum. You're kidding, right? I got in a fight. So is literally everyone else on the planet. The video's from ages ago, too. Who the fuck cares? I don't think you understand your situation, friend. You're taking up my spotlight, and I don't like it. I'm just merely reminding you that I could fuck up your pathetic life way worse than it already is. I will not let some lesser human overshadow me in this school. Maybe your puny human brain won't be able to retain this conversation, so let me just say this. Stay in line, and your mediocre life will remain as it is. Step out of line, not even your parents would want anything to do with you. Hey, Royce. What are you guys doing? Extortion. Royce quickly pockets his phone, giving me a shit-eating grin before turning his attention to Maddie. Oh, just giving a welcome to Nua here. Isn't that right, Nua? That sickly sweet tone. It takes every ounce of my self-control not to throw hands right towards his stupid muzzle or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. Yeah. Nua, you haven't even eaten your fruits yet. Oh, how sweet. She made you lunch. Yeah, I wanted to see if he liked the steak I made. Really, let me have a taste. Wait, I only made that for Nua. Royce reaches over, grabbing the impossible steak and taking a bite. I can see his smug face turn sour. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think a human would stomach this. Hey, I worked really hard on that lunch for Nua. I had to research all the possible diets of humans. Worked hard? Maddie, I would never let you near a stove ever again after tasting this. Honestly, you should just stick to playing with balls. No, fuck this. You fucking kidding, dude? You're just gonna shit on her cooking? When it's not even your fucking food? Relax, it's not even real cooking. Wait, Nua, it's fine. His snout twists up into a smirk. My hands, already balled up into fists, are trembling at this point. I've never felt this pissed off in my life before. Oh, don't mind him, Maddie. I'm sure his taste buds don't know any better. Hey, knock it off. That's not a very nice thing to say. Hey, I'm just joking. Apologize, Royce. Stay the fuck out of this. I don't need your help. And you better piss off before I... Whoa, watch your language. There's kids here. What? He smugly gestures towards the large body of students staring in our direction, all around us. Shit. The eyes. The muttering followed. I can't... Nua, wait! My legs have never felt this shaky. I nearly trip over the flat surface of the floor as I make a mad dash for the front entrance. Anywhere is fine, just away from here. Speaking of douches, uncultured swine, it's called a snoot. Anywhere is fine, just away from here. Off in the distance, I could see what looks like the prime potential for a shitty creepypasta image. A figure with an elongated neck that curves and bends to block off the front doors. Shit, it's the principal. Where do you think you're going? Please move. I saw it on the CCTV. What happened? I freaked out, that's all. I want to go home. See, this is what I was talking about on Monday. You can't control your emotions properly. You don't know what even happened. Royce was the one who started it. He's a fucking asshole, not me. Royce is one of the top students in the school, and you nearly attacked him unprovoked. Who am I going to believe is wrong first? Fine, it's my fault. Can I go now, please? I'll excuse you for today, but you are to attend your counseling session tomorrow, understood? I don't care, just let me leave. I managed to push right through, though I suspect he just allowed me to pass. I make it a few feet down the road, nearing the edge of the school's property. I'm met with another force grabbing my arm. Nua, wait, what's wrong? Was it something that Royce said? He didn't mean anything by it, that's just how he jokes. Why are you even vouching for that asshole? Because he's a good friend of mine. Don't fucking follow me. Friday. I can't believe it's only been a week. I'm still boiling from yesterday. Thinking it over all night, I probably was overreacting. Still, I could have just laid low and none of this would have happened. I was so close to going under the radar until Madison showed up. That smug fucking smile, both of them. She knew. She knows what he's doing. They're in league with each other somehow. I bet they both know about my previous school. Madison's just trying to get close to make me spill the beans, lower my guard. And if she's friends with that one group, there's no doubt that they're in on it too. The fucking meteor dodgers. Why did I have to open my mouth to them? I should have stuck to my original plan. I need to steer clear of them all. An idea hatches. I could definitely just stay home sick for today. I'm not dealing with any of it. I hesitantly grab my phone off the bedside table, hoping that my dad could be convinced that I should stay home as I write my well-thought-out text. The moment I hit send, I hear the sound of heavy boots stomp towards my room. You're sick? Dad, I thought you were at work. I'm just running a bit late. You look fine to me. Dad, I really don't feel like going. Please. Son, you can't just quit this early on. Get dressed, I'll drive you down there. But... no buts. Once I see passing grades, then maybe I'll let you have a day off. Fuck me. Dad pulls the Jeep up around the side of the school to where the car drop-off is. Being earlier than usual, there aren't as many students meandering outside. Probably less inside. I get out of the car, me and my dad exchange the usual I love yous, and I make my way inside. New plan, hide in the bathroom stall long enough to pass the entire day. Thanks to my dad, I wouldn't have to immediately go to first period, being so early. I wouldn't have to worry about any phone calls my dad would get about my absence since he gave the school the house phone number and not his mobile. All I have to do is delete any messages when I get home first. I make a beeline for the stalls, making sure not to drag any more attention towards myself. On the way, I do get a comment here and there about yesterday. Dude, wasn't that the human that cussed out Royce? What a jerk. Such a loser. I knew skinnies were just cavemen. I shrug them all off until I get to the stalls. Hey, have you heard about the new transfer? Yeah, the weird human, right? I stop around a corner, eavesdropping on the conversation. I've heard that he's already gotten into a friend group. I kind of find it hard to believe. Who is it? You know that one round the table at lunch? There's the one that only allowed allergy kids before they changed it? Ugh, don't get me started with them. I don't know why Royce bothers with one of them. They're such a mess of emotions. If they're roping the new kid in, he's probably going to go down a mental spiral. You know, I feel kind of bad for him. Like, not even the pity kind of feel bad. He's just like a sickly little baby bird needing care. I just want to take him under my wing. I could fix him. Nikki, you might want to shut up before some psycho wants you to be their mommy. That's so fucking hot. At this point, I think you should probably see a professional. What the fuck? I'm gonna pretend I didn't even hear that last part. I mean, what the fuck? I make it to the restrooms. My kind of territory, still empty too. I enter the last one down, locking the door behind me. Oh hey, cool. Verm drama, Dick, Goku. Is that the backpack? Pissing all by yourself, skin row for life. Raptor rules. OJ did nothing wrong. Call this for lawyer. Amogus. Step 1, secure the keys. Step 2, ascend from darkness. Step 3, rain fire. Step 4, unleash the horde. Step 5, skewer the winged beast. Step 6, wield a fist of iron. Step 7, raise hell. Step 8, freedom. Wanting to be friends with everyone is not always great because not everyone is really your friend back. True. The graffiti-covered stalls and the piss-stained tiles made me feel right at home for times such as this. I have a natural talent of completely disappearing in whatever hidey hole I decide to hunker down in. My backpack hangs on the door, and I make extra sure that the toilet seat is covered up completely for me to settle. And now we wait. Minutes pass. Minutes turn into what seemed like hours. I just spend the time looking at playthroughs of video games I haven't played yet. At this point, it should be second period. It doesn't take long after to hear the intercoms blurt out. New account. Please report to the front office. I repeat, new account. Please report to the front office. Yeah, not gonna happen. About 10 minutes after that announcement, I start hearing the clacking of high heels and the jingling of keys down the hall. They know I'm at school, but I don't think they know I'm here. My eyes start to wander along the walls as I try to keep completely still until the noises stop. I began to admire the crude art sketched all over the stall. These are pretty funny doodles. The S, a Dalek. Jeez. Fuck you, O. Scotland forever. Read. Dick Butt. The turret from Portal. Skibbity. I don't know what that is. Below was here. Oh, wait, that's Guts. Heh, these are pretty funny doodles. There's quotes from movies and TV shows scrawled across the walls, some clearly written by someone else to parody the corresponding quote. A good chunk of them asking for sexual favors in an attempt of a humorous manner. Caveman-like doodles of penises, dick butts, and the cool S also populate the walls. No matter how ancient the doodle gets, it never fails to make me chuckle. Might as well save some phone battery and contribute to the wall mural. There's some clean spots on the door, too. I think of the funniest 4chan-worthy sentence. A green text comes to mind. I reach out my mechanical pencil towards the door. Shit. If you're not a buyer or taking a shit, then get out of my stall, bro. Leon? What the fuck is he doing here? Go away, Leon. Nua, the hell are you doing in here, man? What happened yesterday? Maddie's been looking for you, too. Oh, it's a murder drone. Even if he couldn't see it, I grimaced. Yeah, she would, wouldn't she? What's that supposed to mean? You know exactly what I mean. That was Reed as the pissing Calvin? I hear the stall next to me close and lock. Talk to me, man. I just want to be left alone. Dude, I wasn't lying when I said we're bros. I'm here to listen. I know what you're doing. Huh? Aren't you guys friends with Royce? 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 Dude, hell no. That guy is a huge douche. I felt a small-sized boulder was lifted from my gut, but still. But then why do you guys hang with him? I most certainly don't. I try my best to stay the hell away from that guy. Wait, did you have a run-in with him? The guy has the whole school under his thumb. The only reason people hang out with him is because he's mad freaking rich. That's his whole reason for being. Is that why Maddie's friends with him? No, the stuff between her and Royce, I don't know, it's complicated. He told you to stay in line, right? I don't know why he has beef with me. I don't either, but he's done the same shit to a handful of students he doesn't like. Most of them transferred over to different schools because of him. I don't think Maddie's ever noticed either. Then why don't you say something to her? Because the dude has his ways of gaslighting the people who tried pinning him for all of his bull. I saw it happen once. It was all hard fucking evidence, too. I hear a frustrated groan, followed by a sigh. But somehow, Royce just brushed it all off and called out the guy trying to expose him. And because of the history they had together, Maddie wouldn't believe a word of it. But why? God, I don't know. Maddie just wants to be friends with a lot of people. Which, you know, isn't inherently bad, but she's pretty clingy to people. Leon sighs again. Even though I'm as socially inept as it can get, I can tell that this was laying on him heavily. For the past year, I've been trying to get her to realize he's not a good person. But for now, I just lay low. Well, at least Leon's being genuine, I think. But what he said only confirms that I need to stay away from her. I cannot draw Royce's attention towards me. But Maddie, she really means well, man. Jeez, my throat. I don't want to abandon her because of one guy, and I don't think you should either. But she's only going to bring me more trouble. Not if you help out, dude. I've never seen her being so enthusiastic towards a person like you. Because I'm a human. Because she's desperate for friends. Genuine friends. Just do me the solid. Don't give up on her, man. I don't. Just think about it for a bit. See you at lunch? Yeah. Cool. And don't take my stall next time, man. Came to shit. What's the Vine Sauce logo? E1 is for chumps. This is awesome. I'm gonna have to make this a background. Is there a way to turn off the text box? But at that same time, the two girls in the hallway, how they talk about those guys. Shit, I don't think I've heard anyone talk about them in a positive light, if at all. I mean, Tiffany is the student council president. Even Maddie is one of the top-tier players. Shouldn't they get most of the attention? I'm lost in thought. I can't fucking make heads or tails out of any of this. My thoughts are interrupted as I hear the footsteps of high heels. Sup, Tiff? Leon, have you seen Nua? We've been worried sick. What? Yeah, he's in there. Why? What happened? Shit. Yep, that's what I thought. Wait, shit, no, I mean... He's in here, Mr. Misha. Out of my way. I hear the thick Russian accent of the literature teacher as he stumbles his way inside towards my stall. Good lord! Oh, he's the heavy! He's heavy weapons guy, right? His hand appears over the door, grabbing tightly and swinging it open. Breaking the lock, it crumbles like styrofoam. Out. Now. In my 18 years on this earth, I was never scared this shitless. This 300-pound behemoth of a Slavic was so intimidating that I didn't even dare try and argue. Mr. Misha guides me outside the restroom with his large hand pushing my back. I relent in fear of the possibility of my back getting bent like a straw. I catch Leon and Tiffany right outside the restroom, along with a small group of gawking students. I fucked up, Nua. My bad. All good, man. We're cool. Nua, you had me worried sick. What even happened yesterday? I'll fill you in. It's you-know-who. I see. You are to go to the counseling office now. I will escort you. Can I just have a quiet day for once? Misha and Solly serve together in Nam. Alright, dude, you don't have to push me. Hold your tongue, little man. Shit, remember the door, Nua. Remember the door. Come, she awaits. The hulking golem of a teacher guides me down the halls. If I were to veer off course just by a millimeter, I could count on the giant hands pushing me back to a straight line to the office. One hefty push in the right direction later, I make it down to the front offices, placing me right in front of the door marked Counseling. I catch Mr. Misha walking to the opposite end of the hall. He's done here. The door is decorated with plenty of stickers of rainbows and clouds. The tiny window even has those squishy patterns that stick to the glass that's themed around the sky. Kinda makes me want to puke. The door handle is locked, so I knock. No response. All I can hear is this weird crackling sound. God, I shouldn't have folded under the principal so easily. This is stupid. For heaven's sake, how hard is it to use your alt? What the fuck? The school counselor's playing League of Legends? I knock on the door again, this time a bit louder. Yes? Who is it? It's Nua. Nua Count. The door swings open, and a tall dinosaur suddenly takes up about half my field of vision. Ah, Nua, I'm so happy you could come. I'm sure she's a reference to something, but I couldn't tell you what. Not by choice. I'm Miss Powell. Please come in. I have to do something real quick, and then we can get started. I step inside, closing the door while the counselor rushes over to her desk where a rather bulky-looking laptop rests. The room matches the door's decorations. Cool blue walls adorned with rainbows and stickers, a few round tables with stimulating toys, bean bags at corners of the room. The pure definition of a tarred room. Jeez. The counselor is leaning over her laptop, visibly stressed as she clicks through whatever's going on through her monitor. No, 2-day ban. Ugh, I need a break. Come on, have a seat. Would you like some tea? The kettle already lost a bit of heat, but that's nothing a second boil can't fix. I'm good, thanks. How about a soda? Shit, now that I think about it, I haven't had soda since last week. Thinking about that soda I desperately wanted on Monday. No, yes, yeah, sure. She pulls out 2 cans of Dr. Pepper and puts one of them down right in front of me. Go ahead, I got plenty more in the fridge. Well, as long as it isn't off-brand like all of the drinks in the vending machines. I reluctantly crack open the can and take a sip. All right then, since this is our first time going through one of these sessions, I'd like to share a little bit about myself. My name is Mrs. Powell. I've been this counselor for 13 years. My sister works as a cook here as well, and I'm a mother of 3. Mm-hmm. Now, would you like to share something about yourself? Well, I'm Nua. I'm the only human here, I guess. I don't really have much else to say. Miss Powell stares at me with a calming smile, like she's waiting on a further response. She's actually trying to bait more out of me, isn't she? Nice to meet you, I guess? It's lovely to meet you as well, Nua. Now allow me to clarify some things. This is a safe space. Nothing said leaves this room. Everything talked about here stays between you and me. I cringe at the phrase safe space. As if I'd ever need something like that. I'm not some limp dick pussy. Fuck, if anyone finds out about this, I'll never live this down. I'd also like to let you know that my door is always open. If anything becomes too stressful for you, don't hesitate to come in here at any time. I'm not that fucking helpless. I can take care of myself. It's just an offer. I didn't mean to offend you, Nua. Everyone in here has always been just offering. What do you mean by that? God, this again? You know what I fucking mean by that. I just want to be treated like a normal human being. The other students look at me like a goddamn zoo animal. The school staff look at me like some tard that needs supervision. It's all because of one mistake I made, but shit, I guess this is my punishment, right? I can never be comfortable again. Why can't you just leave me be? Again, she's just staring at me with a calming gaze. She's patient, waiting for me to finish. Phew. I sit down on a nearby beanbag. I'm done. Miss Powell gets up from her desk and walks over to sit on another beanbag next to me. So would you say you feel lonely? Yes. What else am I supposed to feel? I've heard from the grapevine that you already found yourself in a friend group. I'm not really their friend, we just met, and to be honest, most of them are either weird or so obnoxiously friendly that it almost seems suspicious. I'm just hoping that they forget about me soon so that I can move on. And why is that? Because I know that true friendships never last. In the end, someone always hurts the other and then it all goes to shit. It's always been me who was to blame, so I think it's reasonable to assume that this won't be any different, is it? Do you feel it would be the same with the people you're currently with? I'm not even sure if they're real friends, I think? My mind contorts as I try to find the right words. I'm still convinced that they're working alongside Royce to tarnish my image or some bullshit like that. Then there's what Leon said to me in the restroom. Tiffany going out of her way to look for me. I don't know what to expect anymore. I can't tell if they're genuine. Well, give me some insight about these people you've come into contact with. Well, there's Leon. He broke my phone on the first day. Next day, when I found him, he gave me a new phone to replace the one he trashed. After I gave him back his wallet that he lost, obviously, Tiffany welcomed me to the school along with Diego, but I know for a fact that she's only doing it for her image as a student council president. Even though she's making something for me, I don't know what. For Diego, I honestly can't say. He seems like a good guy, but when has my gut feeling ever been right about anything? Then there's Madison. She's such a weird case. She treats me like we've spoken since kindergarten, and it honestly kinda creeps me out. She's just way too comfortable with me way too soon, and she doesn't catch any of the hints that I give her either. She's trying to get close to me, and I know it's not for the right reasons. I see. And I assume that Leon was the one that introduced you to this group. Yeah, he's been giving me burritos and shit when all I did was return his wallet. I mean, he already paid me back with a new phone. I don't know why he hasn't left me alone. Have you considered that he's not just paying you back for the phone? Maybe the friendly gestures are payment for something else. What is it? Kindness. You showed kindness to him by giving back his wallet. Now he's showing kinship in response. Kindness is a hard thing to come by nowadays, especially when the popular thing to do everywhere is to express hatred, malice, and whatever grants the person the attention they crave. Goodwill is seen as a weakness by today's social media. Negativity is the hot new thing. And I believe that's the thing about you. You like to think highly of yourself, Nua. However, I noticed you said that you would want them to forget about you so that they can move on. You didn't mention yourself. So then I bring up the next question. Why do you think Leon likes you? I dunno. It's because he saw through your facade and saw the person behind it. You pretend to not care about anything and that everything leaves you unbothered. But Leon saw you for what you are, someone who cares about people, even if he doesn't want to admit it. Same with Tiffany or Madison. Were you at all like the person you see yourself as, they wouldn't be around as much. That much I can promise you. Ugh, that brings me to her, Madison. There's a guy that really doesn't like me. I mean, really does not like me, and she's friends with him. I'm pretty sure the reason why she's trying to get so close to me is that she can get to where it hurts me the most. And you believe that to be true? Yes? No? I don't know. Have you ever asked her about it? No? Why would I? She's just gonna lie about it. Well, what if she tells the truth? I know what you're thinking, and yes, it sounds absurd. But sometimes communication is what you need to clear something up. Maybe she does have good intentions. Maybe she does want to be something genuine to you. Or maybe they do have a disdain towards you. You'll never know unless you just sit down and talk. But what if I don't want to be their friend? Even if they do tell the truth, I don't want to be anywhere near that guy when it's so blatant that he wants me dead. Then you tell them. You tell them why you feel that way, you wish them the best of luck, and then you move on. You both understand the reasons, and everyone moves on. It's the best outcome. I want you to practice something with me. I look up from my can of soda. The moisture that's been building up on the side of the can left my hand completely soaked. Need to learn more background on Nua. Did he actually get backstabbed by a false friend, or is it just paranoia? I mean, it could be either or. Honestly, I'm pretty sure most of the main Snoot characters and Wani characters have, could be reasonably diagnosed with some form of personality disorder. But I focused wholly on what Miss Powell was leading up towards. I want you to try to practice square breaths. What in the tar fucking nation does that even mean? Just follow my lead. Breathe in 4-4. Miss Powell closes her eyes and breathes in deeply, using her hands to gesture herself as if bringing the air closer to her. She holds it for 4 seconds, counting with her fingers. And out for 4. She then blows out the air slowly, now gesturing as if pushing the air down. Now you try. All right? I followed the same pattern as she did. I feel a bit silly. I'm just hoping that no one peeks in through the door window. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. My head feels much lighter, and my heart rate noticeably feels much slower. I feel calm. Huh. You got it. Anytime you feel as though you're ready to burst, I want you to follow these steps. Stop, breathe, and rethink. Life is complicated. People are complicated. Not everything you see on the surface is true nature. Don't let that overwhelm you. Got it. Thank you, Mrs. Powell. You're very much welcome, Nua. Now I've got you for an hour. Let's work on some more exercises. Throughout the next hour, Mrs. Powell gives me exercises on what to do whenever I get angry at something. How to slow myself down before crashing into a mess of emotions. I definitely feel different. I can't tell if it's good or bad, just different. Again, too many thoughts clash for me to come to a proper conclusion. As of right now, I'm at least thankful for the help, I guess. The final bell rings out for dismissal. The session lasted all day, but a part of me feels refreshed. Not sure if it's from the actual counseling or just the fact that I got to skip the rest of the school day. It'll be another 20 minutes before the buses leave. Might as well grab something from the vending machine since I missed out on lunch. Wait, my incel senses are tingling. Midway down the hall, I could see a yellow triceratops staring right back at me. She looks like she's making a move towards me. Every alarm is ringing in my head like a tornado siren. I feel my blood beginning to boil again. Yell at her to finally leave you alone. Turn the other way and leave through the back and walk home. This route is not finished. Breathe and rethink. Breathe in. Breathe out. And rethink. So from what I've learned, Maddie doesn't seem to mean any harm to me. She even wants to be my close friend, unconditionally. She can be a bit annoying, but she's kind. Even I could see that. On the other hand, she is super clingy with no sense of boundaries. On top of that, she's friends with Royce. Now that I'm thinking straight, an option does come to mind that could just ease me out of this with no hard feelings. Lead her around the back and talk to her privately. She's bound to follow me, whether it's to check up on me from yesterday or to just pester me like usual. I take the exit through the cafeteria. Sure enough, she's still following. Nua, are you okay? I can feel myself freezing up. I'm slowly losing my nerve to work up the words to say. Nua, please say something to me. I want to know what I did to upset you. Just please tell me what's wrong. I breathe in once more, and I gather my thoughts so I can say what I need to say. I'm going to tell her about Royce. It might lead to her telling Royce this, and my life will be ruined, but whatever happens, happens. At least I still have some integrity. Here goes. Look, I'm sorry for yelling at you yesterday. It was a really dick thing of me to do. I know you've been very passionate about hanging out with me, and I appreciate it, but with how clingy you've been and with how your friend Royce has been treating me, I'd prefer for you to keep your distance. You've been really cool, but right now I just need my space, dude. I can see her face start to turn sour. Her eyes become glossy. If you think I'm an asshole for saying this, then fine, but I just wanted you to know rather than trying to avoid you and just not talking about it. So yeah. Anyway, later. Not even 3 steps in, I'm interrupted by the sound of a soft whimpering behind me. It's akin to a small child slowly starting to cry over a dropped ice cream. Please don't. Madison, She was fine a second ago. Now her face is scrunched up, trying to hold back tears. Is this really messing her up that bad? I'm sorry, not even a week in and I'm already causing trouble for you. Okay, wait, what the hell is going on here? Whoa, I didn't say that. I never meant to be smothering you either. I just wanted to get to know you better. You seem so cool and I just wanted to be a part of your life. Dear God, she's a mess. Dude, calm down. Please forgive me. I can change. Maddie! She finally stops, using her hand to forcefully keep her mouth shut from talking too much. Damn, what's gotten into you? Why are you so beaten up by this? I really want to be your friend. But now you're mad at me, and now you don't want to see me again. Truthfully, she wasn't wrong. My plan was to never be seeing anyone, really. But seeing her so beaten up over this, it's tugging on something inside. The feeling makes my stomach churn, like hearing the agonizing sound of styrofoam cups being rubbed together or a fork scraping a plate. It's as best as I can describe it. I can't let this go on. I have to say something to make her feel better. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I never said that I never want to see you again. Maddie, even though you've been clingy to me, that was never the problem. I don't mind hanging out with you. But again, with my interaction with Royce, it left a sour taste in my mouth about him. I'm not saying you should stop hanging out with him to hang with me. I don't expect that from you. I understand he's your friend, and I respect that. I just do not want to be around him. That's all. I stop briefly to catch my breath before continuing. Hey, Dupio. Things are going okay. I'm hanging in there. Damien is a dim bulb, but you don't think he had any emotional problems. Rosa didn't seem to either, that was shown. Reed was stoner. Liz had issues with Liv, but that was honestly Liv's fault. Nua and early game Fang would probably just straight up try to fight to the death. Nua and Trish too. Oh, definitely. I stop briefly to catch my breath before continuing. I also don't want to feel like I'm the center of attention all the fucking time. Again, I don't mind you hanging with me, but for God's sake, tone it down a bit. I don't need you running across the school for me. That's what lunch is for. She sniffles before using her jacket to dry off her cheeks. Right, you're right. I'm sorry about that. And what even is it with you and Royce? How have you not picked up on it? I know that he's a bad influence, but he and I go way back. He actually helped me find my love for sports. But things changed with him after freshman year. He became someone else entirely. I was hoping I could be there for him, but with all the things that were brought up about him, I didn't want to believe it, but it's just, I don't know. So you wanted to fix him. He wasn't always like that. He was really sweet back then. I have no clue what happened, but I was hoping that I could just get the old him back, but he's only gotten worse. I see. I'll stop hanging out with Royce if it makes things better. Hold up, that's not my place to decide. If you want to be around Royce, that's your choice. Well, with what you told me, I'd rather not be around someone like that. And I'll ease up on you, too. Thank you. So are we still friends? Yeah, we're friends. Thank you. Buses are probably gonna drive out any minute. Oh gosh, you're right. Let's head back. I hope my crying didn't take up too much time. We made it in the nick of time. Students are still piling into the buses. I head on to flood into my bus, but Maddie stops me by grabbing my arm. What's up? I think the others want to say goodbye. She points towards the building where I see Leon, Tiffany, Shiro, and Diego approaching. Hey, Nua. You really did just snitch on me today. Oh, come on, don't be like that. It was for a good reason. I thought you weren't in a good place, so I had to grab a teacher. Yeah, but Mr. Misha? He was the closest teacher I could grab. All right, fine, I get it. Wait, you guys were really worried about me? Well, yeah. People weren't exactly singing praises about yesterday, just something about nearly getting into a fight. Yeah, and your class president is a jackass. We know, man, we know. Oh, also, I brought what I wanted to give you. Tiffany reaches into her bag once again to pull out what appears to be a hand-sewn doll. A doll that's fit with a red jacket, camo pants, and topped with a beanie, all complete with button eyes. It's surprising how easy humans are to do. You made this, and you made it look exactly like me. Do you not like it? It's nice, but, I mean... Don't be weirded out. She made one for each of us. Yeah, I have mine with me at all times. Check it out. Aw. Maddie pulls out her own miniature clone from her bag, holding it up close to my face. The cute button eyes stare right back at me with its charming sewn smile. Jeez, Andrew. I'ma keep it real. I barely know you guys, and here you are handing me burritos and doll replicas. You're covering for me, making sure that I'm okay, all within the span of a week. You guys are fucking weird. That's how we roll, man. I guess this is gonna take some getting used to. So, we'll see you tomorrow at lunch? Yeah, for sure. I extend out my hand for a fist bump, which is met with everyone else joining it all at once. Bus is leaving. Oh, wait. We gotta get a selfie for the new year. A group selfie? Really? I'm swiftly ignored as everyone quickly moves into formation. Me included, apparently, as Leon shoves me into the middle. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. The first week has definitely been strange compared to all my other schools. Things have been happening so fast that none of it felt real to me. It was something of out of a shitty isekai. The main protagonist gets placed in a world entirely new and ends up having to deal with forces larger than them. It's still scary having to walk the hallways filled with strangers that aren't even the same species as me. And I won't lie, having to be part of a friend group this early on still feels off to me. But at the same time, I get the feeling that I'll be okay here. Ah, yeah! That was awesome! For now. Hey, don't leave just yet, amigos. Buenos dias, mi amigos. I'm Diego Cortez. Well, if that wasn't obvious enough, how could one not recognize a brilliant actor such as myself? Just give them the fucking link, Diego. Right, my mistake. The boss man wanted me to ask you, the lovely audience, to give us feedback that we so desperately need to save us from this writing. As you can already tell, most of the writing, especially from one particular lead, is... Hang on, is that making noises? Let me unplug that. I hope that's not being captured. My phone was connecting and disconnecting. As you can already tell, most of the writing, especially from one particular read, suffers greatly from the lack of skill. Isn't that right, boss man? Kill yourself. Well, jokes aside, we do desire feedback from you. Many aspects of the games are less than ideal, for sure. This is the boss man's biggest project yet. Of course there are going to be problems. This is an ever-evolving project that could drastically change over time. Would that mean the complete rework of this one playable chapter? Yes, possibly. Your feedback is important to us, and it can further help us create a story that is truly breathtaking. Within the mega file, there should be a text document that contains a link to a Google form. Alternatively, you can also click on this text. The team will take in account every single submission that comes their way and will continue to improve the game as time goes on. Your input is what drives us to create, and we greatly appreciate your support, especially by yours truly. That is all I have to say. From the people working on Hold On To Me, thank you. Until next time, my friends. Alright, that was really cool. I'm super excited for the finished version. I'll probably fill out that form off stream. Whew. That was a lot of talking. I'm kind of winded still. So thank you to everybody who showed up. Andrew Parsons, Dupio, Udden, Adon, Volden, Doodle Deer. I hope everybody has a good rest of their day, and stay safe out there. Tomorrow I'll be playing a Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke around the same time this stream started. That should be fun and challenging. Maybe I'll see you then, maybe I won't. Have a good day, afternoon, night, whatever time it is where you are. Bye.